we don't. Okay, now we're live. Hello, everyone.
Hey! We've been listening to Usher a lot recently.
Usher by yeah. No,
it's
yeah
actually
by
bad
Usher.
because we haven't. That's the problem.
No, but
That's the weird part, isn't it?
That's a
it's
genuine
just Drew and I are
classic.
so good at it that it feels like the real thing.
It does. I feel like it's the real thing.
Oh god.
Hey everybody, welcome to our episode 13 of Bards of New York. We have a few changes and a few announcements for today before we start our session proper. So number one thing that we do kind of BTS behind the scenes is we will do a thing called an angel card. If anybody knows about it, they're like little tiny like cardboard pieces that have like a nice word on them. Like this one says awakening. And when I do shows, or I just kind of like, if I'm doing a long run of a show, I'll pull these and it'll kind of give me like a different thing to think about while I'm like playing, like doing a show. Just kind of a fun like improv or like to keep it fresh in your mind. And I've been implementing these since kind of the beginning of the campaign for everybody. And we pull one and then we just get a card and you think about it as your character. So we wanted to, instead of kind of having it be behind the scenes, wanted to share it with y'all. So who hasn't picked one recently? Has everybody picked one now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
I'm gonna pick this one.
Oh,
Sure.
I don't like that.
Okay,
like
all right.
You can.
No,
do it.
you pick it, Woody. You
Okay. No.
No, you can pick it, Woody.
Okay, I'll pick it. Okay.
It's truly a random concept.
All right,
so
ready.
it's just-
I'm gonna pick this one. Go there. All right, our angel card for the day is, purpose.
Oh,
Okay.
It's purpose.
I don't know.
What is
Spelling.
what
I
is
don't know.
all of your specific purposes?
Purpie.
Porpoise?
What
That's
is
a
your
porpoise?
specific purpose?
Hi.
Yeah.
So everybody in chat, that's the theme of tonight is purpose. What is your purpose? That's a good one. I think that's a good one.
Makes me
Yeah.
nervous. They always make
We're
me
going to
nervous.
talk a lot about the purpose of the group.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's gonna happen next, guys? And then next, I'm pulling a blank. What was next?
We leveled up to level 4.
Wait,
Oh,
the
yeah.
questions. The questions.
Oh yeah,
The
the
questions.
questions. We also do, before we start the stream, we do like a little like character questions to kind of like make you think and on mind of the character. And I figured we also do that with you guys. And if you want to throw up on the chat as well for all this stuff, you totally like what if you had to answer it or anything, or your love language or anything like that, whatever the question is, go ahead and throw it up in the chat and we'll talk about it. Oh wait, are we talking about? No, we're not talking about manatees.
We're not talking about manatees.
But we can if you
We
want.
can talk about manatees. And you know what manatees
Stop
brings
the
us
show.
back to?
Cancel the
You know what
show.
it brings us
It
back
is
to?
a manatee
Madagascar.
fancast. They're
Here
so
we go.
cute. I love manatees. But
Bringing it back.
I'm gonna bring it back just to keep us on track, because I know Pleasant Muse, you're gonna throw me off. Our two questions, and I'll start round robin with Dan. So be ready, Dan. The first question is, we can do both. So it's question number one is, what is your character's love language? Kind of a fun thing to think about. And two, what is a date, good or bad, that your character has been on, and why do they remember it?
Oh god.
Am I starting right now?
We're starting with you, Leonidas Goldspear II.
Are we doing love language and then the answer, or back to back?
We're doing either. No, just do both answers.
Great.
Doing both.
Okay. Doing well. Love language is definitely physical for Leonidas, and okay. There's not all these phases need to be happening, and then
Well,
definitely
he's had sex at least once, you know.
for
At
sure
least
he has
once.
a child, so there's at least
one
one
time.
One time he's had sex.
If we're talking about all the different variations,
Ooh.
infinite sex.
And this brings it back.
Wow.
Can echoes have sex?
Oh, Jesus.
Let's.
we have to
No.
find a way to veer away from these echo conversations because they continue to derail us for like half an hour at a time.
And they continue to be sexual for some reason that I have
Yes.
not understood. here we are.
Right. And
The
what's your
definitely
date?
and the oddest date I went on was my first date with my now wife, because it went like it just went really poorly because I ate some really bad food, or Leonidas ate some really bad food and had to go to the bathroom for like 30 minutes during it. And then I came out and Yara, my wife, was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I ate some bad stuff and I'm really nervous. And then we left the place because
So you would like basically shat yourself on your first date with your wife?
For sure. But then she was like,
awfully true to form.
yeah. But then she was like, I like you, and even though you left me for 30 minutes alone at the table, I think we should have a second
Came
date.
back wobbling.
And came back
That's how
with
you
a
knew she was
with a
keeper.
full.
Oh, we all know the feeling. We all know the feeling. Okay, next up is Lilith, love language and a date you've been on.
Ooh, love language is probably quality time. And Lilith has never been on a proper date, ever. So she has none to say, none to speak of.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Cool. And Ember.
Ember's love language is gift giving. And the most odd date he's ever been on, actually, it went well. He went on a bit of a date with a duke. And at the end, the duke went to like pay him because, and Ember then found out that the duke thought that he was like an escort, and he was like, and then he took the money.
Oh,
The Duke thought that Ember was an escort?
Yeah, but he didn't realize.
Oh. And so was Ember an escort for that night? Because
He wasn't intending to be.
all right. Okay, cool. Fuck yeah. And Kallias, you are next.
So Kallias doesn't really know about the love language, though I can say that it lands squarely between physical touch, because that's just not something that Kallias received a lot of, and words of affirmation, because that's probably closer to Kallias' actual love language than not. As far as dates go, that isn't something they necessarily did where Kallias is from. They are more into like arranged courtship rituals.
Nice.
However, that was something Kallias was beginning to both think independently about and be told about. However, the one time anything like that was beginning ended with the intended turn to stone and Kallias running away. So the answer in the long run is no.
So there was some premature petrification.
You could say that.
A lot of people have that
Wow.
problem. A lot of people have that problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
1 in 3.
Yeah.
The more you know.
There's 5 of us in the stream.
And it's definitely not me.
All right, finally, Ryujin Valtameri, your turn.
Love language, acts of service. He's a doing things kind of guy, get things done kind of guy. So that's his love language. Don't know why I got so quiet there. His date.
Introspective.
I think no, I know. He didn't really have dates, but there was times where, doing things. He would go hunting and tracking with friends in the woods, and the innocent exploration of the body may have happened at some point in time.
That's a great way to
Those
put
escapades.
that. Hell yes. A healthy exploration of
Period.
Is that the line
Anything
you
can
used?
happen in the woods.
It's just an innocent
Once again,
exploration of the
please.
body, my guy. Let's just go for it.
That's all it is.
Oh gosh. Okay. Cool. All right. Fuck yeah. I'm into it. All right. Well, that's everybody. That's a peek behind the scenes, and so we're gonna probably implement that a little bit more. And please, if you have your thoughts, throw them up on the chat. We just want to see them. We want to hear them.
What's your love language, or your D&D character's love language?
For Hugh, want to use Hugh?
Sure.
Or are you asking me, Hannah? Or
Well, I was
everybody
asking the
else?
chat,
chat.
but also, why don't you
Oh.
answer
Yeah.
it?
Hugh's would be quality time.
Hugh's never been on a date. Don't lie to me.
I'm sorry. Hugh gets a round, please. Is quality time. And his date that he would be on, he went to a jazz band, and the date was really bad. The person he was with was just kind of boring and was very different on the date. He just wasn't into it. But like this kind of jazzy band that they went to in this city they're in is now his new favorite band. So, and they currently reside in the Blue City.
Wow.
Yeah.
Heard.
So a good thing
Good to
came
know.
out of it.
Good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah. Fun facts about you. Okay. And then now moving on. Announcement wise, most of the same announcements. We have all of our links down here. Also, now our Discord, everybody, is now a public Discord. We are not making it subscriber only. There are going to be some subscriber only tabs that exist that have some secrets in them. But you guys, please check out the link down in the about. Join our Discord. That's where our community is going to be centered off the stream, and chat with us. There's a lot of lore that we've put up there, lots of cool stuff, and just a place to chat and hang out.
It's been fairly active already, actually.
Yeah.
It's a nice
fun
little
Discourse
community
we have.
of people.
So if that's something you're into, come join our Discord. It's gonna be a good time. And finally, we are so freaking excited to announce, and you guys may have peeped it in the beginning, we have our official character art done by Gaze Draws. And so to do our official reveal, Dan, would you like to take us away?
We've made a little video, and everyone, strap in.
Yeah, hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts and get ready. And here we go.
That's so
Oh my goodness.
It just doesn't get better than that.
That
It
music
really
is-
doesn't.
That music is very cool.
and a quick shout out for the music that is done by the free content creator Ivan Duch. You can find them. We put their links down in our music attributions. Awesome music, makes some really cool stuff. I've spent a few hours the other day just listening to all of this stuff and adding it to our repertoire of music. So thank you, Ivan Duch. Thank you, Gaze Draws. Holy,
Yes.
like
A massive
everybody,
hand to Gaze
Actual
Draws.
legend.
like
Actual legend.
big ups for I don't know, hype for Gaze
Yeah.
Draws. Everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
And if you haven't gone and looked at their stuff on Instagram and all that, it's incredible, and they deserve
Mhm.
so much credit because the amount of work they put into our stuff, we're really really happy about. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
And she recently got an accolade. She won
fan art of the week with Critical
Yeah.
Role, which we
Yeah.
saw that, we're like,
Which is-
whoa,
which is
This
amazing.
week.
she
This last
deserves all
week.
the love and support.
Yes.
So
Truly incredible.
hell yes, Gaze Draws. Everybody send her some love. Look at her stuff, hype her up. Awesome, really,
Yes.
really awesome
Like
stuff.
mega stuff.
yes.
I think that's it for the announcements and everything.
I,
So, You guys want to clink and get started?
Yeah.
Clink and clank.
I guess so.
All right. I'm
Clink.
gonna pull my
Uh-oh.
notes. Oh shit. Wait.
Well, we've
3,
already
2.
gone.
Clink.
Clink.
Oh, yay. Zoom.
Happy to be here. Oh, we also we decided all wear Star Wars apparel tonight. In honor of May the 4th. That was the other day.
That was last week.
Today
Last
it's
week.
May the 12th.
May the 12th. I don't know.
13th.
It's the
What's
13th.
It's
Today's
Star Wars
May
month.
the 13th.
Star Wars month. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're all just wearing our.
Yeah.
Only cool kids do everything a week late. It's called being
Yeah.
fashionable.
It's called I'd like an extension.
Please, I would like an
You're right.
extension on this.
Okay. So without further ado, let's get started on episode 13 of Bards of New York.
Purpose.
Episode titled Purpose.
Porpoise.
Porpoise.
Rapist.
Jesus. Good lord.
And we're done.
Oh, that made me laugh hard at that shit. Okay.
I hate my life.
Upon our band of wanderers reaching their destination, a surprising visit came to them. An echo of Leonidas's daughter, Kipa. After some investigation and realizing that it is Kipa's being, just not Kipa's body, seemingly projecting herself into this time stream, Kipa inhabited Korra's body and was able to stand and was able to hug her dad for the first time in months. Upon continuing through this ruined caldera, you discovered that the tomb that you believed to be at the center of this lost city wasn't the resting place of an old dead king, but the center of advanced arcane-powered tower, housing an arcane intelligence, an AI, and that introduced themselves as ANDI. After investigating with ANDI, you discover that the lost city of Mobio existed once in this timeline, but now exists in a separate time stream entirely, known as the 5th iteration. Ascending the tower up to the dock within the within here, you acquired a temporal shard and dispatched a half-constructed Mobian golem. Upon reaching the zenith of the well, you discovered that you only had enough fuel for a one-way trip to Mobio. Then, a decision was made. Leonidas elected to stay behind instead of reuniting with his family and allow Kipa, who is inhabiting Korra's body, to travel to Mobio to find a way to cure Korra of her sickness with the resources she has there. Upon some goodbyes and some promises on both sides, Korra and Kipa walk through the portal. And this is where the camera pans down. So, when you recall, as Korra, the body of Korra walked through, you guys saw the portal close and emit this boom, pulse of energy out, seeing in the three tablets crack and break in their respective positions. Everybody on this pulse hitting your body,
I'm gonna say
you get a long rest. You get a long rest. Mark it.
Wait.
Oh wow.
From
okay.
the thing?
From the pulse that came out from the same pulse that broke the tablets and closed the portal. When it came out and hit you, each of you get a long rest. I know you probably didn't have it that low, but you get it.
Oh, but I get other things.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As you're reeling from this pulse, everybody, a image appears in your mind. You see a massive peaked mountain dwarfing everything around it. You see mountains in the distance, but they are foothills compared to this. this mountain is covered with buildings and roadways, and it spirals up to the peak, where at the peak of this mountain there is this citadel sitting on top. In the air around the mountain, there's carts and vehicles of sorts flying through the air around the mountain, and going in and out through these ports, looking from your vantage point like bees flying around in a nest. The most magnificent thing that catches your eyes, and just this kind of, as it passes through you, and this strange feeling comes in the vision, appears in your head. You see, circling around the zenith, you see a halo floating in the sky around the top of the mountain. It shines in the light of the sun, and it is covered with buildings, streets, and people. And then your vision comes back, and all of you are there laying on your back. What do you do?
In the room where we were.
You are on the top floor of the well, around the docks.
Has time passed?
Everybody looks approximately the same to you.
Did everyone just see that city?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the 5th iteration.
Oh.
Is that what that was supposed to be?
One might assume.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Do we even know where that was? Does that look like anything you know? It does not look like anything I know.
No. I've never seen that before. But from what we've heard of what Keepa said and what we might know, it seems like that might be the place.
Considering that's where it was supposed to be bringing her.
Well, we have to assume that Keepa and Cora are okay. Like you said, Ember, we have to operate under that assumption. What do we do next? What happens now?
From what you can see, you see him walk towards the steps to where the entrance to the docks are, and you see Hugh just kind of look at it for a second, quietly, doesn't say anything, sits down on the steps, and just very delicately puts his fingers to his head and seems to be deep in thought.
Ember walks over to the shattered tablet. Is the stone still there?
Yeah, the large purple amethyst is among the rubble of this stone.
He takes it and kind of looks at it and considers it. Puts it in a pocket.
Okay. Excellent.
Leonidas walks over to Kallias and in Draconic says, "Did I just make a mistake?"
No. I do not think so.
I had an opportunity.
I know.
And I feel as if you all talked to me about this world and the people in it here, and I don't feel as if I have that many people left in this world. And the people that I thought I had were in the other one.
We are going there, I think. That is what this is all leading to, it would seem. And though it may be hard to accept or understand, your daughter is growing. She is of her own mind, and this was her will. You would no more want to get in the way of that. If she was here, let alone her being there. But you letting her go, as opposed to wandering in a world you know nothing of. She at least knows, or has an idea of what to do. She has given us time. And you will return to her with us, in tow. So we are well prepared to reunite you, to ensure your reunion is a joyous one, as opposed to one that is short-lived. And that, I think, makes you correct. Though I know it is not easy to understand that at the moment.
I just worry that there won't be enough time for all of us. I worry that we don't even know we'd need 5 of these things.
We are going to have to make sure there is enough time. It is not an option any longer.
And Leonidas kind of puts his hand on Kallias' shoulder and pats it and like nods and stands up and walks to there's windows up here.
It's more of there's parapets along the edge. It is open air to the top, and on one face of this triangular tower there is the steps leading up to the half moon portal that is considered the dock.
He goes over to one of the parapets and kind of just like leans on it and like puts his head down.
ANDI?
Yes. Ember, how can I be of service?
I'm sorry, what did you call me?
Oops.
Doug.
Doug,
It was
Doug.
how can I be of service? Damn it.
What's the fastest way out of here?
I will need clarification of out and here.
You need clarification of the word out.
Well, I would suggest the stairs. But the quickest way would be to jump.
Sass. The sass.
ANDI, is there any way to kill you?
Death is impossible for me.
That's not entirely true. It's fine.
I am an arcane intelligence. I do not experience death like mortals do.
Okay, shut up. We are underground currently. Can we agree upon that?
Yes, you are.
How would we get above ground as fast as possible?
I would suggest the way you entered, unless you have some sort of device that can travel through dirt.
Are there any of those here?
No, they are not.
Is there a way from all the different pathways that connect to this place that get us any closer to that far away but still somehow closest temporal shard?
I would have to activate a scan. Would you like me to do that? I would be offline for a few moments.
Do we want... I think it would be good if they did this. Yes? I have no problem with this. Does anybody else? ANDI, you can activate the scan.
All right. I will activate the scan. I will be offline for approximately 1 hour. And you see the ripples in that smaller well that she kind of exists in go soft and flat.
I pull Ryujin off to the side. What are you thinking?
Honestly, just go from one adventure to the next. So I'll find something.
None of this.
Have to look for these shards. Let's figure out how to do that, and see where that takes us.
None of this overwhelms you. Talks of planes and would-be gods.
I think it's all very intriguing, actually. So I just want to learn more. I don't quite understand it all, so I'm not afraid of it, but just want to know more.
Hugh speaks up. I agree with Ryujin.
Why are you listening to a private conversation there, Hugh?
Sorry?
Did I invite
were-
you into the
it's
conversation?
Rather a small tower. I apologize. I just overheard.
You know who else is still in here? Fucking
Milton?
Milton.
Yeah, it's rather small, so I don't understand
Milton,
what you
out.
all were speaking, but
Milton, I want you to walk down the stairs about halfway.
all right. And Milton Farnham, the man who bit off more than he could chew, walks down the stairs.
It's just such a great image.
Like halfway down the stairs, he's just standing there.
Oh, I love
Hugh,
that.
what were you going to say?
We had obviously need to do more research, find more artifacts. I'm nervous to leave this place because if this becomes knowledge to certain people and corporations or kingdoms, it could be a dangerous thing to play with.
What do you mean?
I think of like the League of Widgetists in Camden Mesa. If they were to get a hold of this technology, they could give them a boom and give them more power than I think would be healthy for any individual entity to have.
I think if my family and my people knew of a place like this, it would be quite unfortunate for people who weren't them. And this is not to say that I think that is completely a bad thing, but I have grown fond of you people, and I would like to see you stay as you are.
So, Hugh, what do you suggest?
I'm considering going to an old mentor of mine. It's the only person I could think of who I would trust with this knowledge. He is quite far north, but 'tis where I would begin this information gathering. But I would like to ask ANDI a few more questions before we leave, if we are leaving together.
Leonidas, at that question that you just asked, he kind of stands up and turns around, and he looks at Ember, and he goes, "What do you want?" Because I've heard you say many times that after whatever we did here, you were going to go on your own way. And what is it that you want? Because I don't think I ever have known.
What is it that I want? In life or
No,
to do?
to do. Why are you here?
A decent question.
I don't care if it
I-
takes too long. I just watch my daughter walk into a portal. I've got time for days.
It's not about taking long, it's about. I don't mean to offend you. You seem quite riled up. I don't mean to be the downer, but we were hired for a job. Clearly, it didn't turn out the way that it was supposed to, but and also, this is not me saying what I'm going to do. I'm just pointing out that the job, to an extent, has been accomplished. I have what I did come for, and I did not intend to sign up for this.
That's what I thought.
It's neither here nor there what I decide to do, but I will say that what I want to do is not die. And to be able to live quite well whilst not dying. Does that answer your question?
It makes the decision I just made more difficult. But it is what it is. I've made a decision and I must move forward.
Like it or not, Ember, or looks towards Andy, Ember is correct. If any of you choose to part ways, this would, well, maybe not right here in this tower, but this would be the time. And I would not think any less of you if you wanted to back out. But I will say, it is quite a thing that we have discovered here, and if what Andy says is true and this time stream is doomed, the question is if, and Ember, just because you have an example right in front of me, is all the riches and the living well if you don't have time to do it?
As a counter, that's what mortality is.
Memento mori.
Yes. Perhaps.
I don't know if that's a wise stance to take, Hugh, given what you just said about this place. If I have learned anything from being out in the wide world, the wider world, there are so many things that are different, but one thing remains the same. When you uncover something, when something is no longer as hidden as it once was, that is forever. No matter how hard you try, you cannot re-hide something not like this. And if you are worried about the information about this place getting into hands that you would prefer them not to be in, it behooves everyone in this room right now to continue doing what we are doing. Silence can be bought or cut through.
Kallias, it doesn't seem like everyone in this room has the same idea of what they want to be doing after this.
That's
and the
quite what I
information
mean.
that was given to some people in this room does not seem like everyone in the room has the same idea of what they want to be doing now.
We'll point out we're not in a room, we're on top of a tower.
Aye.
I think it would maybe do us quite some justice to come to a decision now.
This is a lot.
It is.
This is a lot to take in. I don't do the magic thing that some of you do. And I'm not equipped for this. My first instinct is to let somebody else deal with it. Planes of existence, different times running parallel to each other. That's not something that I don't know what I would do. I don't like that this guy is trying to... I'm so sick and tired of men trying to be gods. But if I'm not strong enough to slay my own demons, why would I be strong enough to slay this demon?
Do you trust anyone else to be able to? That's something I've learned from all of you. When there is not much to put stock in, you have to put it in the only place you know you've got, which is in yourself. I don't think I was able to do that before I met you, but I'm starting to. So perhaps, if I may, Lilith, if it does not overstep any bounds, your horizon has been forcibly expanded. I know how that feels, and now I ask that perhaps you just learn to traverse it maybe faster than you would like.
If our decision as a group, if that's what we are currently, is not to spend every waking hour we have left finding these shards and getting to a new place, then we have different mindsets than what I have. If we have been given information that will change the world.
It apparently has more than once already.
That is very true, Kallias. And if we are to be brave and follow what we should be doing and save the people around us, then everything that we will do from now on is to find a way to save this world. That is what I will be doing. Not only for my daughter and my wife, who I love and I miss, and now I miss even more, but for every other person on this god-forsaken fucking timeline that evidently we are on.
So, getting the shards and then coming back here and going through the portal, to what end? Saying pretty please? Don't destroy our timeline? Does it seem like a all-powerful being that has already, on a whim, destroyed multiple? Do you really think that he would budge?
Well, we're going to have to get to the point where we're going to make him budge, whether they want to or not. Or perhaps maybe learn their side of things. We only know pieces. I'm sure they have more.
I'm starting to question the people that were angry with me for the decision that I was about to make. 10 minutes ago. And now I hear that both of you don't care about the world around us. And that the decision that I just made.
We never said that.
It's sounding
Leonidas.
like what you said. It's sounding like what
going
you two
to
are
make
saying.
a stupid decision.
I was not
and
going
we
to make a
told you
decision.
to make the smart decision.
The smart decision. Okay. I've made a smart
Yes.
decision now, and now it sounds like the decision that I've made is not what the two of you want. The decision has been made that we send someone back to an area that we don't even know, and now we don't care about the world that we're in currently, and we'll just go about our lives and forget about the people in that world that we don't know. That's the decision it seems like that has been made. I made a decision because I thought together as a group we would do something. And what? Oh, it's been, I don't know, 10 minutes, and it's totally changed. Which is not surprising.
You are quick to assume there, Leonidas.
Am I?
Yes, you are. You're quick to assume we're friends.
You're quick to assume a lot of things. You're quick to kill people.
You're quick to assume that we think a certain way. Just because we're scared.
Then why
I'll
did
speak
you...
for myself. I won't speak for Ember. I am scared. Does not mean that I won't. Does not mean that I will search out help. I am processing things. I'm trying to figure things out. I'm trying to find out where I go from here. Stop assuming and just listen.
I am listening. I have been listening. I'm sorry. I have been listening. I do listen. I apologize if I came off when you first met me in a bad place. And I apologize. That is not who I am. I am trying to be better. I grew up in a world where I killed everything. That is what I lived in. That is the world that I lived in. Until I found the people that love me and care about me. And those people are gone. And I had an opportunity to be with those people.
You had an opportunity to be with one of them. The other one
I had an opportunity to be with both of them. You don't know that. Kipa,
your daughter would have been here.
My daughter would not have been here. Kipa could have left Kor's body and gone with me.
How do you know that?
I feel like you're taking out your complicated feelings on us.
I'm not
and you're equating the fate of the world.
What I'm saying
with your personal relations
Ember?
With this situation.
Ember, listen to me for a second. What
I've been listening to you for quite a while.
Okay, Ember, just listen for a second. What I'm saying is that the decision that I just made was one that I was being told by a group of people who I guess aren't my friends, but a group of people that I've been working with. The decision I should be made. The decision I made was one to help the world that we live in. And so I made that decision. I did. Because I agree that we could save this world, that we could save this timeline, that would be something that we could do. And the first thing that is said by a group, I won't single out people anymore. The first thing that is said by this group of people is that we don't want to do that, and that we'll go our separate ways. To me, makes me feel... Ember certainly did.
He did not say that.
Yes, you did. You said that
Andy,
is not...
what did I say?
Andy's offline.
Andy's offline. He didn't hear it, Ember.
God fucking damn it. I hate that asshole. I did not say what I was going to do. I said what I wanted. This is not as black and white as you're putting it out. It just happened. I signed up for a very specific thing. I got shoved into a group of people that had a lot of things going on. I'm not judging anyone for it. And then the entire adventure opened up like... I'm not even going to finish that analogy that came across my mind. This is a lot. You have very good reason for wanting to do the thing that you're suggesting. Understand that it takes a moment to make decisions that could alter one's life. I don't have a very long time on this existence. I want to be able to spend my time as well as possible. If I thought that doing this would actually save this timeline, it would be within my best interests. But if I don't think it will, then my best interest would be to live out my life as well as I can.
I don't think I'm going to let that happen.
Neither am I, especially now.
Ember, what are you searching for?
I recently, about a few weeks before meeting with you all, was hired by a certain entity that was asking me to collect things and then also in return would give me power. One of these things was this stone. Understand that from my perspective, we were a group of people going to Tomb Raid, and then I was going to get the stone and fuck off. Yes, a lot has happened since, but forgive me if it takes me a moment to adjust my entire existence.
That is fair. Ember,
You want to be rich? Is that your goal? To
No.
live in luxury?
Well, yes, that.
But really? Because what is your goal? And maybe we can help.
I haven't had much in my life. I was not the favorite son or daughter of the litter. I've had to work very hard for the little amount that I have. You do, please tell me that you understand that a person can't just change their worldview in a moment's notice.
I've had to do it twice.
And I've had to do it before as well. And
I
I just
understand what
did
you're
it.
saying.
I also understand.
Leonidas, if you're trying to persuade
Ember,
me of something,
I'm not
I'm going
trying
to
to do
need you to change the way that you're doing it. Because
Ember,
right
I'm
now, I
not
just
trying
want to
to-
tell you to fuck off.
Go ahead, do that.
All right, boys, take a step back. Leonidas, go sit down. Ember, if what you want is nice things, a nice life, a life of luxury, I may be able to give you that. I have resources that if we save this world, basically I'm hiring you to help save this world. A lot would have to happen between then and now. But I promise I'm not lying to you. And Kallias is right. Kallias, you're right. I should take things faster and adapt faster. Nothing like this has ever been thrown at me. In terms of going up against a god, your power is very powerful, and your mind. You see things in a way none of us else see. You and Ryujin are very, very perceptive. I would hire you if that's what it takes. But if you don't want it, we can't keep you here. But Kallias, you're right. You're right. And honestly, I have nowhere else to go right now, so that's the end of my 2 cents.
As much as I would love to see all of the things that you can give me, it is also a matter of my faith in the idea that this can be done. As I said, this does not seem like an easy task, and I don't have the overwhelming faith brought on by extreme emotion or the overwhelming concept of right and wrong. Do I want this world to end? No. If I felt as though we had the power to fix it, I would be more inclined to do so rather than do nothing.
Well, isn't that what we are about to go try and do? I don't imagine these temporal shards are going to be left lying about like stray cattle. I think if this one that we just found was anything to go by, it was housed in an impossible landscape. And I feel more honed. The blade of myself is sharpened just by going through this place. And if we have to find what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 6 more of those. At least. Then I cannot imagine how sharp we will be by the time we return here to travel to this 5th iteration.
I agree. I think as we find these shards, we will gain the power to take on whatever we need to take on. I never said it would be easy, but I think it's worth doing, and we can do it.
And if I may, Ember, does seem like quite the impossible feat, but it seems nobody in this iteration has ever made it here, on top of this tower. And we did that. Bumps and bruises and maybe a few close calls, but if we were able to conquer this, who says we can't conquer more? And Ember, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. You've looked out for yourself. You wanted to. You take care of Ember, and I respect that. I will say I feel more taken care of when you're within the group as well. I think you are a voice of reason, albeit a little cynical, but it's a voice that I think if we were to continue this, I would feel better having it within this motions towards the 6 of you, because Farnham's not there.
Get cut.
I can still hear you now.
You!
Oh, I'll go down. I'll
Go down a couple more stairs,
All
Father.
right. Apologies. Great apologies.
Or Milton.
Whatever this band is or will become, I would want somebody like you in it. And I don't want you to spill out all of your baggage, but I'm happy to talk to you about it. But if your family wasn't Except
Buy my
that-
drinks.
What?
Buy my drinks, and I'll do it.
You see-
Leonidas starts cackling, just cackling.
You see a smirk, like just a recognizing smirk on Hugh's face. He says, "Gladly, only top shelf for you, Ember."
Did someone say drinking?
Yes, that is another reason why I want to get the fuck out of this cave.
Can we not drink in here?
We can, but I don't know if that's the best idea.
Well, by my estimation, we have about 30 minutes until Andy's back online and we can ask a few more questions. You want to... Ryujin, you still have that whiskey?
Oh, of course.
Well, we all have our plastic cups from downstairs, correct?
Suppose.
Our red solo cups.
Hey, our red solo cups. Well, Ryujin, if you would like to... He takes out his cup from his pack and just holds it out to you, Ryujin. If you want to, I'll toast to a job well done.
Pouring everyone.
Thank you for reaching this with me and Cora. And here's to whatever the next height we reach. Sláinte.
Cilantro.
I didn't know you spoke Hyravani.
Yeah.
I speak a few languages. More of just a phrase that I picked up from the Citadel.
From the tourists.
Yes, I'm kind of a tourist anywhere I go, if you think about it, but...
What does that mean?
Doesn't have a home.
No, the thing.
Tourist?
No, what you said.
Oh,
Which part?
Lilith, if you speak Hyravani.
It's like a good a wish of good health, I guess. You know, have you ever heard anyone say like cheers in the common tongue?
Yes.
Or
Though I thought that also was confusing. Given that, is that not something you... cheers are more than one thing. It is
Yeah.
more than one of a cheer. If I have gotten that right.
yes.
Have I gotten that right?
The
Really,
common
what you're
tongue is a
supposed to do-
confusing language.
Kallias, really what you're supposed to do is when someone says cheers, you're supposed to start cheering as loud as you can.
Yeah. You have to scream, throw your arms up in the air,
Dance a little bit.
yell
Take your clothes off.
woohoo.
But you can only do it. That you haven't seen any of us do it because you can only do it if you truly feel the cheer.
Spirit.
I do believe in fairies.
How did that... I have a lot of questions about that, but
I know
that
you
is
do.
for another time, I suppose. Is there anything we have missed here? Out and around. Oh! Are you still gone, Animus?
You
It's a
reach
hard
out.
question to answer.
You reach out to Animus with your stone. The stone, where it usually gives this warm kind of vibration, is cold and dull. It is a dull red stone. You have no answer back from Animus.
Yikes.
I think Adamus saved us, Kallias.
I think so also, but it means there is something that took out Animus still down there in the way we have to go.
Where?
That's a fair point. Well, if we're waiting for Andy anyway, we could ask him of any other places that around this ruined city that we should check out. I'm sure if he knows the location of some objects, he might know the location of others.
Yes, there also must be the people who have these, unless they are far away.
Oh yes, wasn't that a thing?
There are others
Fuck.
who hold these these things, these crystals that control them. It means they are somewhere.
As we're looking around, like the big dome caverny thing, do we see signs of movement? Beside, like that, like in a structured sense?
Roll me perception checks.
Oh, damn. I got new dice.
15.
New rolls.
15. All right, we got a 15 from Ember. Kallias?
That's 22.
22. Okay. Leonidas?
I got a 21.
Ooh. Lilith?
11.
All right, and Ryujin?
I also got a 21.
Yeah, you did.
Do
Yeah,
you
you
I
did.
ever
assumed
roll
you were over
below
there.
a 17?
There's always fire behind you, buddy.
I do sometimes. I do sometimes roll below a 17.
It's like when
Wait,
you're
do you
playing
start to
Overwatch
sweat?
and it's like, he's on fire. Niche cut right there. All right.
I'm on fire.
Yeah. So for I think everybody except Lilith, you guys get a good view. The orb of the well that's floating up above, that's in the center of this emptied caldera, is giving off quite a bit of light. It's hard to see a lot in the fringes, but you just see rubble. You don't see a lot of movement. You really can't tell. And with those rolls, you don't see any carcasses of like where hypothetically you think Animus could have gone. There's no sign. Just the dull blue light that's being shined upon this whole area. I will say, actually, with that 22, y'all see. Remember the staircase you came down on? There isn't another staircase here. It seems,
Just
unless
one
you
with
can,
Farnham.
unless you can swim upstream, looks like the only way out is back the way you came. If you're on foot.
But at a certain point, we're going to have to go upstream. Unless there was a way out that we had passed.
Skyrim entrance, exit.
Maybe.
Like, this is national treasure.
You just pop out
The
the
diggers,
side.
the diggers had to do a second way out just in case of cave-ins.
Oh God, that was actually pretty good, Nick Cage.
The secret lies with Charlotte.
Oh,
I needed that to never have happened.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Will. You have no room.
Yeah, you have no room.
you.
Okay,
You have no
okay.
room.
Sure. But it doesn't mean that I don't. I can
Doesn't mean
acknowledge
that I
that, and
don't
also
want it.
needed for that to have never happened.
All right, both can exist.
Yeah. Simultaneous.
As you guys look around, and as the hour kind of nears to a close, you hear a doot doot doot. Yes, I am back online.
Thank God.
Upon entering a scan, there are 1 route out of here.
Are we really drunk at this point? Like,
Yeah.
have we been heavily drinking?
You've had a few, like, it's, I don't know.
Leonidas
Ryujin,
has-
passed it around a little bit.
Leonidas has only had one sip and then he put the cup down. He is not drinking more than that.
Ember's feeling it.
Knock yourself out.
You guys also like are a little hungry. Actually, pretty hungry.
Probably pretty hungry.
Oh, right, because we like got a magic long rest and not a real one.
Yeah.
Yep. There is 1 exit point.
Or
Is that the same one we came in, or is it one exit point closer to the temporal shard?
There is 1 to the south of this tower.
Is that the way that we came?
On the smaller plinth, a little part of like kind of the geometric things that pop up and kind of ripple.
The X-Men sand.
Kind of, yeah. When they talk, 1 turns red, and you get the notion that that indicates where south is.
Is
And
that where we came from?
That is exactly where you came from. You see the stairs on the far distance of this caldera.
Well, I guess we're going the way we came then. And we ought to be especially wary of... Oh, Andy. Now that you are here...
Yes,
we
my
have
friend Kallias.
Oh.
Friend?
I do not have an appropriate response for that, but may I ask you questions anyway?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Is this robot hitting on me?
yeah, well.
I am incredibly unsettled. We took a fairly direct route to the central tower. Is there anything of interest here in the caldera that we have missed?
The caldera, in its entirety, except for the well, is filled with refuge from iterations past.
Is there anything of interest in the refuge?
Nothing that my scans can indicate of great use, although things may be covered up.
We came into contact with one of these gemstones while we were in the lab. This belonged to a amphibian creature. There were others like it that I think have butchered the one this belonged to. Can you tell me where those are in relation to our escape route? And additionally, is there a way for you to tell who controls them? Do you know?
Unfortunately, I do not possess that information.
You do not know where they are either.
No.
But you have scanned the caldera. Why are they separate?
I scanned the caldera for arcane signatures, not individuals of life.
Can you do that?
It would take another hour.
Useless.
Oh, fuck off, you.
Is there a portable version of you?
right now?
This is like
Is
the
there-
dial-up
is-
of robots.
Is there a portable version of you? Can we like bring you along
Don't-
and you can load while we walk or something?
We don't want that, because then it's like it's Clippy the paperclip. And I will not have us traveling with Clippy the paperclip.
Hey, I'll just
Or
say,
fucking
as
from
a
Zelda,
fan,
like,
as a
listen.
as a person, as a person who
Hey!
had paper the clipper clip on their computer and would use it once in a while and really enjoyed when it would kind of just swing up on my screen,
Is that it, Dan?
Is that the
Is that
end?
the end of that?
I don't
That's
think
all.
we should really bash Papey the clipper clip that much. I'm having a lot of trouble
It's
saying
lo-
it.
Are you
It
drunk,
looks
Steve?
like you're trying to find a way out of here. Let me help with that.
Let me help with that. Boing.
It looks like your bonus action economy isn't as great as it should be.
Oh man.
Let me help you.
I suggest taking a feat.
Um,
Okay.
Have you thought about not blowing all your spell slots before half of the session is done? That might be a good idea.
Wow.
If you pay attention to your equipment, you are over encumbered.
I gotta fucking.
You know what I think just happened?
Turn
We had
down
a
the
very
volume.
emotional hour of the show, and then we had to get out our goofs right now.
Clippy, that's the only thing Clippy is good for.
Hey, and a smile. I say to Andy, Andy, do you know of? You said that there was a shard in a specific place on this plane. Can you give us any more information about other shards? Or more information about that one, for that matter?
Yes. If you go to my main terminal on the second floor, I could show you.
Can you not show us here?
This terminal is not clarified for map usage.
Let's go downstairs. Q, you can ask your questions, and then I am going to leave this robot and never return to it if it's the last thing I do.
I love you too.
This has to stop.
The most
Can I
Sincere
Can I-
Kallias.
Can I cut this terminal with my scimitar out of ink?
Just like slice at the geometric center of it, or where?
Yes, I don't care.
Hey, roll an attack. Roll an attack, big boy.
Alright.
Emotional, dealing with our emotions in interesting ways.
It
That's-
looks like you're trying to attack me.
Don't you dare tell me it's a natural
Good
20.
luck.
It's a natural 20.
Can you send me the link to your dice? Because this is bananas. This is actually busted. I need a set. Like,
It's a physical die.
that's what I
What?
mean. That's what, I need a link to
Where'd you
purchase
get
these
it?
die. I want to buy these die.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
got it from the game store in Ithaca.
Oh.
Ah!
That's
Damn it.
Damn it.
bananas. Okay, well, you take out your sword and you slice in, and you actually like cut off a chunk of this geometric shapes, and it flies out and just plops down as this black sludge on the ground. It just kind of like sits there in a little bubble form.
That's all I needed.
shoot it with an Eldritch Blast.
Oh,
The sludge on the
my
ground,
goodness, I am
Yeah.
Are we
traveling with
like
children.
like Flurb. It goes and it kind of shoots across the floor.
Like what?
What did you
Like
just call it?
Flurb, Flurb.
Flubber.
Flubber?
Oh my
You.
god! Why did I think?
hold on. Sorry,
Don't
everyone. We're
test
gonna
me.
need to take a moment here.
You're currently DMing the entire Flubber fandom.
Yeah.
Just so you know, all three of us are in this room.
That movie is gold.
That was a good movie. I
It's
haven't
a
watched it
grand
forever,
movie.
obviously. Okay, well,
Flubber, friend of the
as
show.
like a flubber, it kind of shoots across the room and bounces off one of the parapets.
Hell did you say?
But it still stays as this little kind of black goopy form.
Weird.
Let's leave.
Yeah, let's go downstairs.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys make your way down. You see that Farnham's just sitting on one of the desks waiting for you. And he goes,
Down the next.
"All right, okay, good. Yeah, I'll follow." Shit, okay.
As we're walking, I would like to briefly, like, sort of hang back and just sort of tug or, like, sort of tap on the shoulders of both Leonidas and Ryujin and just sort of gesture back.
Do you do it in Draconic?
Well, I'm not saying anything at the moment.
Okay, okay. Because
Clicks all up in here.
I'm just like, you know, and, you know, not like staying on the top floor, but just sort of separating a little from the group and walking slower as we go.
Okay. You guys make your way down to the second floor. And
Oh, I
Oh, I was gonna say, do you say something?
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I should have made it. Now, speaking in Draconic, I would just like to. I have no penchant or enjoyment for subterfuge. But it seems that we are all of the same mind about the task set before us.
what is I'm sorry, Dan's asking. What is subterfuge?
Subterfuge.
It's like
Spycraft.
spy bullshit, being secretive.
Nice. All right, hold on. Okay, we're back in.
It seems you are all of the same mindset about the task ahead of us.
I take a
As-
moment. Regent, can you understand what he's saying?
Yes.
Oh boy.
I've always been able to understand.
Oh, I did not know that. I apologize. If ever there was something said that was me and Kallias goofing, we were being, how you say, goofy.
It was always interesting, I must say.
Thank you. Go ahead, Kallias.
I am what we have learned here, I am very dedicated to following through to its end. I believe there is much to gain and much to lose from the path we are on, and I think it is important that no one who does not need to learn this information learn it. And so I would like to ask a favor of the pair of you, as it seems you are as committed to this task as I hope I am. If someone tries, and this extends all the way to those who originally hired us to do this, if someone tries to I believe to sell us down the river is the phrase, or to market this information beyond this group, or wishes to abandon these directives fully without any hope of returning. That we stop that spark before it becomes a fire. There is too much at stake.
I would agree, Kallias.
I think that would be best.
I would also say that it might be beneficial. Not that I don't love talking to you in Draconic. And you as well, Ryujin. But I feel as if I have made the other two, I don't know about you, and Farnham, I sent him down the stairs. But I feel as if I've made the other two upset. And if we are to do this as a group, we should make sure that they are a part of this as well.
I hope they are.
I do
But
too.
all I am saying, and I will share this with them when we are not in quite so volatile a place. But that outburst from you all made me think. So it is why I shared it with the like-minded ones first, and will broach it to those the others when they are more on the same page. Does that make sense?
It does.
That's wise.
Yes.
Good. That is all. And I will just then speed down the stairs.
Okay. You guys make your way towards the second floor. It's where the bigger panel is, and on one end of the panel there is that kind of 45-degree angle tablet, in a way, pedestal. And when you get down, you notice that that pedestal is flashing red.
What?
You see a light emitting from it, just like a kind of a wing, 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 red.
Andy?
You see the form start to ripple and say, "There are new prompts on the interface that need to be addressed."
Okay. Address them. Pull them up.
On this prompt, as it kind of shifts between letters and words, you guys see it in Elven, you see it in Dwarvish, you kind of see it in every language and shift to kind of your understanding of it. There are two new prompts. There is a shift summary, and it's kind of flashing right there saying shift summary. And then below it is Temporite reserves are depleted. And it's flashing.
Andy, can you explain to me what Temporite reserves are?
Yes. Temporite are the temporal shards that power the docks. And now, since we have used the last, our reserves are depleted and are in need of more.
Why was that not there before? You didn't have any shards upstairs, did you?
There was one shard upstairs within the laboratory.
We used it.
Oh, yes, that's what I thought.
That was the entirety of
Yeah,
what happened. Yeah.
right. I'm sorry.
That's
okay.
all right. Mortals are used to mistakes, and that's why I was created.
You've made like 8 mistakes today.
Hi, I'm Andy, Doug. How are you?
Andy, what is this shift review? Can you show us that?
Yes. Let me pull it up. And on that tablet goes, you see all the numbers kind of shift and scatter about. And it says, first thing, it says shift successful. The next line, the dock's integrity, 100%. Lab's integrity, 50%. And temporite reserves, 0%. And then there's down in the corner, it says confirm.
Andy,
Yes, Doug.
do we need to find more tablets to put in those plinths, or is it just on now?
No, those tablets were to start the machine that is the well. The fuel is the temporite.
Right.
Andy, are there other wells on this plane?
No, this is the only well.
So for us to go anywhere, we'd have to always come back here.
As of now, to my knowledge in my archives, yes.
Is there a quicker way to get here?
By arcane means, yes. Spells like teleportation, or plane shift, or other spells of that matter could get you
What?
here in a moment.
Spells like what?
I take it you've never teleported before, Kallias.
What does that
you?
even mean?
I have.
To be one place
And then
and then another place.
instantly afterwards.
Blink of an eye.
I have.
It's like traveling through space-time and appearing.
Is this something you could? Is this people
Space.
learn these things?
Mm-hmm. It's actually quite helpful in situations where you might need to come back here quickly. Or get
Ember,
somewhere we need to.
Do you learn? Is that how you do things? Do you learn these things and then do them? How do? I'm sorry, Andy. Excuse us. Magic is new and strange to me.
Yes, I will say the same. I'm not. I know I understand some things, and I've overheard some things, but I also am quite the budding arcanist.
But do you? Ah, never mind. Never mind. It is worth conversation, but not now. Teleport. What?
Is there anything else we need to ask Andy?
Once you hit the confirm button, you see that the temporite reserves are depleted. Prompt is still flashing.
Do we click on it?
Yeah, you can tap it like an iPad, and it pops up, and the voice of Andy comes back and says, "Hello, would you like me to tell you where nearby deposits of temporite are?"
Yes.
Yes.
All right. The 3 nearest deposits are 300 approximate miles to the southeast. The next nearest location of a deposit is approximately 375 miles to the north. The third nearest location of a deposit is approximately 600 miles to the southwest.
Where are those things?
He says, "Oh, one moment. This is actually something I do." And he reaches into his pack and he pulls out a map. And Dan, could you
Yeah.
change our thing?
Uh,
And for those, if you guys don't, if you're not have the stream up, guys, you'll see it in our Google Doc. It's in campaign stuff, where like the group inventory is. I
This
put it
is-
in there for you.
This is for
Oh.
us as D&D players, not
Yeah.
the people listening.
Yeah. for the D&D players, if you guys want to bring it up on your computers.
Yeah.
Hugh pulls out this map for everybody to see, and points towards where the Seraphic Tear is. Whereas if you look at the map, it is that large gorge right there on the border of the deserted peninsula that is the United Territories of Armenia, where Camden Mesa is and where you are now. So, looking at the map, and with Hugh's help, 30 miles to the southeast, or 300 miles to the southeast, is that kind of, you can see it, that line of like reefs along the eastern coast. You guys know that place as the Leviathans Spine. It's a massive coral reef that spans most of the coastline.
So, and he's pointing it out that it's somewhere along that coastline?
Yes.
But
It's 300 miles to the southeast, so it's going to be along, and that kind of locates it approximately along the Leviathan Spine.
so like that, but this most southern, like 2 of them specifically.
Yeah, I was like the southern tip of the Leviathan Spine, absolutely.
Okay.
Looking at the 375 miles to the north puts you to where you guys would recognize the position of the city of Revan.
Mm.
And is that on the map? That is.
Yeah, that is on the map. If you kind of go just straight up from the Seraphic Tear, which is that gorge, you'll
Yeah.
see kind of all the hills that, and like the city in between two
Oh, yeah.
rivers. That is where
With the
Revan
spire.
is. Mm-hmm. That's Revan.
Hmm.
I didn't put any words to mark this out, but because this is a stand-in map for the moment. But I wanted to bring it out for this.
And we have
Mm-hmm.
basically it's Temporite, right? Temporite.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. Temporite.
Unobtainium.
Unobtainium.
Yeah, literally.
MacGuffinite. And then finally, 600 miles to the southwest is that kind of group of islands to the over there. Mainly, it looks like 600 miles will land you closer to that
Oh, shit.
larger first island off the coast, the one with kind of the island within the island.
As soon as we figure that out, that's Olakos. That's the pit.
So, where you're from and
Where you're from.
That's-
where you sacrifice people to
That
gods.
the our god lives there, in there.
Well,
So you
then
would
if we
know
can
the
go
area.
and meet that god, maybe we can save the world.
Yeah, let's go slay some gods, guys.
We're level 4. Let's kill a god.
Yeah, let's kill God.
That's we Andy, is there another one?
I could look into my archives and tell you where some deposits have been recorded in past iterations.
Are there maybe enough other deposits maybe where we would not have to go to that one?
You
Yes.
don't want to go home.
No.
Most likely.
Okay.
Would you like the names
All of them.
of those deposits?
Yes.
All right. The nearest one would be located in the Kola.
Ecola?
Coca?
Chola. Kola.
Is that on this plane, Andy?
Yes, all these are within this plane. The next one would be beneath the core tree, spelt Cortree.
Would Lilith or Ryujin know about that?
Roll me history checks for. Actually, let's go. Let me tell you all of them,
Wait.
and I'll let you roll me history checks to see which ones you do know.
I apologize.
But just to clear this up before we even go through that, the one in Revan, the one on the Leviathan Spine, and the one on Olakos, those are that we know. Those are the ones that Andy is saying. Those are there for sure, and these ones are just like historically recorded deposits, right?
In past iterations, yes.
Oh, okay. So sorry for my brain. The first 3 that had the numbers are 3, and then these next 2 are 2 more.
No, there's more than 2.
Or-
It's a deposit.
They're separate, though. They're
Yeah.
separate.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can
okay,
ask
okay.
you can ask Andy for more clarification.
The first 3 are
afterwards.
like actual shards that we can
Destination.
go to and get to now
And
and,
that are
get
the,
them.
the 3 nearest deposits.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So the first one is the Chola, Chola. Beneath
Chola.
The Chola.
The
Chola.
Chola.
So, the beneath the core tree, which is Cortree. The next one is within the Blue Mountain. I won't help you how to spell that one. The next one
Thank
is scattered about the Eisenwald.
You want to spell that one for us?
Eisenwald.
One more time.
Eisenwald.
Eisenwald.
Eisenwald. Eisenwald.
Eisenwald. Ah, yes.
The next one would be scattered about the Frostsacks. FRO with the what's the two dots is an umlaut, correct?
Umlaut.
Yeah. O with an umlaut. STSAXS.
Forced.
Some jazzy frosts.
Yeah.
Frostsacks.
Frostsacks. And then the final
Frostsacks.
one is the Wall of the Great Jarl.
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 Oh, didn't spell that right.
How'd you spell it, Dan?
YARD.
Yard?
That's the
Nice.
yard. That's yard.
All right. Everybody, roll me history checks and to see if you guys would know where these are.
Can I roll, since I wouldn't know about any of that, can I roll about...
The one that.
You can roll about one. There's one that you could know about.
Well, wouldn't
I
it
was
be the
gonna
one
ask
where
about,
he's
like,
from?
if anything about, like, the Temporite that we... If having seen a shard of Temporite, if there's anything on Onia or Lakos that I've seen that would track with that. Or anything about the Caldera.
I'll add that into your history check specifically, but I'll go round robin now. I'm gonna start with Ryujin this time.
18.
18. Okay. I'll come to you last, Kallias. Ember.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Oh, Lilith.
24.
20. Oh my God. All right. Hey, this is a good time to roll. And Leonidas.
I rolled a 12.
Oh hell yeah! Actually, not bad. And
It's
then
not
finally,
bad.
Kallias.
Also a dirty 20.
Okay. So, the ones that you all get, the Frostsacks is the northernmost mountain range on the northwest coast of Cordia. If you see them up there, that's where all, like a lot of fjords are. And they enter into the frozen wastes up to the north. That's what the 12 got and everything else. The next hardest one is the Blue Mountain. You guys would know, and kind of through context clues, that the one of the largest or tallest mountain ranges, not the largest in length but in height, is the mountain range of Arzendal, which its rock is unique because it has these blue tints to it. And it is the above that big tree, that mountain range, that kind of smaller mountain range with like the volcano looking mountain, that's where it is.
What?
It's kind of like dead center. I'm looking at this.
Oh, yep,
on
got
the
it,
screen.
got it,
Yeah,
got it.
right there.
What?
Kind of dead center. That's if you got a 15 or higher, and then 20. If you get a 20, the core tree is that tree directly below it, which is that very large tree that it would be within the Verdant Expanse, which is one of the duchies of the Amber Kingdom. And then finally, with getting above 20, you get one more, and that is the Eisenwald, is the western coast of Redan. It's actually called iron, is translate roughly to ironwood, and it is the same wood that Lilith's violin is made out of.
Does Lilith know this? I
I
don't think
and
she.
Redan-
I thought Oya
Hannah
told
knows
you.
this.
I thought Oya
Lilith.
told you.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then, spoiler.
Redan is the island.
Redan is the island nation to the west. So that is that is known as the it's kind of like a subcontinent of Redan.
Wait, then
Got it.
where is? Wait, to the west, then where's Kallias from?
I'm the south, baby.
Oh, you're the south.
The southwest. You see that all the islands by the picture of the sea monster?
Correct.
The one that showed up of the three that we know for sure is that, like, you see the little temple sitting in the middle of the island,
Correct.
right by the sea serpent. Yeah, that's
You're basically from the Keys.
And my village is the one,
The
is the little one all the way to the west of that.
Incredible.
Jack Sparrow music intensifies.
Oh, I was thinking Jimmy Buffett music
Oh.
intensifies.
Whoa, if
You know what?
Kallias' village
I'm
is
here
Jimmy
for
Buffett
it.
flavored, hell yes.
We could have it. We could all wear like beach clothes.
Oh my god,
Hawaiian
it's
shirt.
ruining.
I'll give you this. I'll just give you this. Don't drink the margaritas wherever Kallias is from. Don't do it. You will not like the result.
Ryujin's
Margaritaville
intrigue.
is a state of mind, everybody.
Yeah.
DM
Yes.
taking in the 24 history check
Uh-huh.
and Lilith and Ryujin. Have either of us heard anything about something like? Oh wait, I might have just answered my own question. Something fishy in Revan. That has to do with something like this.
I mean, with context clues, I'll give it to you. And since you two are from Revan, there are so many mysteries within the catacombs, within the Maison de... What is it?
Maison de Rêves.
Yeah, Maison de
I don't
Rêves.
know. Dan
Rêves.
speaks French.
That is...
I
No, he
don't.
doesn't. The Maison
House
de
of what?
Rêves. It's the House of the Dead, or House of the Dead, which is the catacombs, what they call the catacombs. There's so many parts of those catacombs that are unexplored. You would just kind of assume that it's probably down there.
We also know
Del
it is.
Muertos.
Yeah.
It's a city. Yeah, there's like a city built over it.
Yep.
Bunch of.
Like Paris.
And then
Exactly
same,
like Paris.
Yeah. Yep.
same question for the island of the pit. Having been to the heart of the temple of the pit as many times as I have, with the 20 on history.
Yeah. You don't really know. It's the pit. You would either send sacrifices down into, or you would send tribute into. The
Apples
rituals.
to orange.
Yeah. The
Same thing.
One and the
Tomato,
same.
tomato. is the phrase that I want.
It's literally that. It's like,
Shiba.
not today, can't do it.
The stars.
Can't do it. But you never with the rituals of Fidisilias. It's really.
I mean,
You don't-
I went one time.
Yeah, you went one time, but you never saw those crystals. Is what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay. Grand.
Mm-hmm. All right. And finally, the last prompt that appears underneath. Approximately 300 weak signals can also be found within this hemisphere.
300.
Weak?
And what does weak mean? And
Yes.
Like tiny shards.
Yes. Deposits are large collections of shards. Weak signals usually mean maybe one or two or a small handful.
hold on. You're telling me that one of these places is multiple shards?
Yes. A deposit can be many shards depending on its size.
Wait, then
Pull
this
out
is
the shards. I pull out the shards that Kallias got. Is this what you're talking about?
No, it's another thing.
No, that is not
Okay, never mind.
temporite.
Is there a
So-
minimum number?
What? Oh, that's. I assume that what we had was one, like, came to one unit that we need, but we, like, not every shard that we find is going to be of that size and substance. So we might have to get a certain, like, gram amount.
I would say a shard
Ounce.
weighs about 5 pounds. So if you
5
can get,
pounds worth.
yeah, if
Okay.
each of you needs to travel there,
You need,
5 pounds worth.
so you need 25
How-
pounds worth.
What is the?
Well,
Well, 30, including Hugh.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hugh. Yeah.
Who said he was coming with us?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, his sister went.
We'll
so.
talk about. Well, that's true. His sister's.
Andy, 2 follow-up questions. If a small, weaker signal is 1 to 2 shards of temporite, how many defines the smallest amount for a deposit, traditionally?
Traditionally, the smallest deposit has been 7.
So in theory, we would only need to visit 1 deposit
Mhm.
to have enough to
Yeah.
travel.
If the deposit is large enough, it could accommodate all 7 of you.
Is the... Well, it would have to if the smallest deposit signal ever recorded was 7.
Who's the 7th here?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Sorry,
God,
it's-
go down the stairs.
Down. Okay.
My follow-up question, Andy. Do you have any information on Temporite in the 5th iteration? Or should we prepare enough for a return journey?
Good question, Kallias. Temporite does not exist until after Mobius leaves said iteration.
So we need
Mm.
We need
After
14.
Mobius?
we need 14.
After
Yeah,
Thelicast.
double, yeah.
We need.
Davros.
You mean after Thelicast does?
Thelicast is Mobio. Mobio
Hmm.
is Thelicast.
God fucking damn it!
I'm
No.
assuming that Temporite is only created and only left on an iteration after Mobio fails and crashes or some such. It only grows or exists after.
We would need.
So when I was younger, I had heard of a play, in which there was a compass that wouldn't point north but would point towards something that you need. Is there any way we can make a compass that points us towards the weak signal of these shards?
Why
Such-
are we
I
going
asked to the
to
group.
the weak
Oh.
signals? Why don't we
Yeah.
just go to the strong signals? Like
I
we
agree.
could go where Kallias is from.
Oh, we could
No,
go-
That's at
I don't
least
know
7.
about. I don't.
Or to the Blue Mountains, it's the closest,
Or we could go to Revan, where both of you are from.
which is this. But Lilith can't go back.
Oh, I apologize.
I cannot go back to Olakos either. Well, that is not
Which-
true. That is not true.
Can any of us go back to where we're from?
I
No, I physically can't go back. If I step into the
Hmm.
city, people will die.
Oh,
Aura.
What?
If we are able to.
Lilith. Sorry, I want to get to the bottom of this.
Did you just call me your
I
sister's
did.
name?
It's just a Freudian slip.
a who?
Art imitates life. I guess.
Freudian was a,
The
a
DM
halfling,
gets confused.
a halfling philosopher.
Halfling.
Halfling.
Yes, Freudian Finkelbottom. You never heard of Freudian Finkelbottom?
I haven't.
Good God, he's quite a thinker.
Freudian think about him. Quite a thinker.
Lilith, what? If you were to enter Revan, people would die. What do you mean?
I don't think we have time for this
No,
right
no,
now.
no. Because if it means that, because that is the second closest to a deposit. I want to understand this. Lilith, what does that mean?
Is it something to do with your curse?
You can't just go around asking people about their curses.
Well-
Seems-
Oh, Karen.
it's a little
Think we're-
rude.
I think we're past
I do as well.
that point in our relationship. It's been this week or two, kind of 2 weeks, has felt like 2 years. So, Lilith, what do you mean?
I mean, I guess you weren't there, and Amber, you went and laid down. You had a headache or something. But pause. My dog wants on the bed.
Oh, Eva.
I got into some trouble in Revan with the Sage of Necromancy. And he placed a curse on me. And I point to the tattoo that's on my neck. And he said if I come back to Revan, that my family will die. So I can't go back.
Yes, that is difficult, isn't it? May I inspect the tattoo?
Sure.
We've all had a few drinks.
It's more so for me to try to deem what sort of curse it is. So it will take a bit of time, but maybe I could uncover what kind of curse it is, and then we can maybe move on with more information. Because from what I've read, a curse that if you were to enter a certain vicinity and then kill people who aren't you is pretty powerful magic.
He's the sage.
Yes. But do you know he's rather new?
He's new here.
I mean, he's been there for a few decades.
Yes.
Are you suggesting that he pulled a fucking bluff and just like gave her a tattoo and then told her this? Because that would be fucking shitty.
Don't tell me this.
It's what I would do. So just allow me to see it. So
That's amazing. It's horrible, but it's quite an amazing.
Wow.
May I just inspect it for 10 minutes?
If we get to go kill him, I'd like to go kill him. I'd like to kill him.
That sounds like fun.
Yes. We go kill him.
But what if on top of that, it is hidden so that you find out and you don't think that it's real, but then it is and your family dies? This is quite the mindfuck.
Fine, inspect the tattoo. Tell me if it's inspect it.
Yes. He sits down, pulls out, and actually he's going to use his special ability as a scribe wizard. And
He's a huge fucking nerd.
And cast a ritual spell immediately. And does
it's not 10 minutes.
Detect magic.
That is bonkers.
Goes,
detect magic or identify?
He does not have identify. Identify is he doesn't have that spell yet.
Also, real quick, Woody, do you want to go back to not the
yes,
map?
sure. We can get out of the map now. We're out of the map now.
Sweet.
I'm the map. I'm the map.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
I'm the map.
I'm the map. He looks at your tattoo for a moment, kind of like inspects it. He kind of prods it a little bit with his quill, and he says, "Huh, interesting." And that's where we'll take our break.
Oh,
Asshole.
Oh,
Asshole.
Oh.
I was literally about to say, why do people do that? Why do people like set that up and it's like, oh, it's because you wanted to pause for dramatic effect.
Yeah, duh, dude. Break time, baby. All right. Hey everybody, thank you for hanging out with us thus far. If you have any questions about the stream or about anything, I saw a few people say a couple questions as we were playing. I'd be happy to answer any questions for you when I get back from the stream before we kick off the next half. So we'll be back here in like 15 minutes.
And we'll show the video again.
Yeah.
Character intros.
Yeah, for those of you who are here and didn't get to see it in the beginning. So we love you, and we'll be back in like 8:15 is when we'll be back.
We'll show it right now.
Meantime,
So.
Mom's got to eat.
Oh yeah, baby boy. All
right, here we go.
Push play, Danny boy.
And now we're back.
Yes.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
This is cursed. Stop. Please.
And before we do anything, do you guys want to watch the video again?
Yeah, you know what, guys? We are so excited. And if anybody's here who hasn't
yes.
seen it yet, mostly I want to watch it again. So
I would like to
can
watch
you
it
play
again.
the character art thing again, please?
Here we go.
Kristen Stewart plays Snow White.
We're back.
Snow White and the Huntsman.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
not thought about Snow White and the Huntsman in forever.
That I'm pretty sure that's either like the concept or the castle that they use in that movie.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, it's been so long since I've watched that movie. Whoa.
Anyway,
It
All right,
also
hold on,
has
girl.
been a long time since I've watched it. I want to say that.
Okay, Kyle, you don't have to lie to us.
It's not my favorite
You're
movie.
a big Kirsten Dunst fan. I get it.
It's
Thank
not my favorite
you.
movie.
I just want to
Just
say thank
watched it
you
yesterday.
to Gaze Draws for doing our wonderful
And
character art once
Literally a
again.
legend.
Thank you
And
And
so
for
much.
working with us so much and like pouring so much like attention to detail and a lot of
Yeah.
care.
100%.
It was so appreciated, and I don't think we could be happier.
If any of you who are out there who ever are looking for character commissions, before you do some search far and wide, always check out Gaze Draw's pages to see if her commissions are open, because you will get whatever is in your head, you will get that representation because they're just that
Literally.
committed to it.
Whatever's
I-
in your head will be on the page.
It is insane how like perfect it all is. And Gaze, if you're watching or listening, can you do one of me and Bailey that we can put up?
Oh,
That'd be cute, wouldn't it? Just like a little bit of, hey guys, it's me and Bailey.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
With the
Oh,
light on him,
yeah.
he looks like a glowing little orb.
Yeah, well, he's my little angel. I love you. I love you. I'm gonna put you back on the bed, okay? Love you.
Aw.
Okay.
This is serious.
Do you have
Okay.
some questions you wanted to
And there's a few
answer?
questions I wanted to answer. I'll just go from the top to the bottom.
Boydum.
All right. There's chill out for a second, my friend. Okay, so NYC 42069. First of all, how did you get that name?
And a great
Why
name
wasn't it already
is.
taken?
And how did we?
Do we know
It's
you?
incredible.
That's a great
Um,
name.
If there are duchies in the kingdom, where are the capitals of the kingdoms? Does that make sense? Absolutely. So basically, in my head, every one of the kingdoms of this continent are made up of at least 3 duchies, or 3 main duchies, and one of the duchies is the capital. So the capital within the United Territories of Armenia. Wow, it was cursive for a second. United Territories of Armenia there are technically only 2 duchies, of the Duchy of Camden Mesa and the Duchy of Nibu. And Nibu is the capital of the UTA, which is the United
Where the
Territories.
Gungans live.
I was about to say.
Okay. Actually, it's where the people. Actually, I guess the Gungans are on Naboo. It's Theed where the people live. But yes, Neebu, not Naboo. There's a difference. You want to come and hang out?
Okay.
Come here. He's
Okay.
being needy over here. Okay, sir.
You know what Bailey wants. You know. What
I'm not gonna give it to him. If you know, you know, and I'm not gonna give it
No,
to him.
no.
Yeah. So, just a humble fan. Well, welcome, NYC 42069. Your name is fucking gold.
That's
I love
great.
it.
Iconic.
Actual
Yeah,
legend.
and please, who did you kill to get that that name?
and watch
Yeah,
it
so
run.
that was that question. That answers your question. Like, so like Revan is not the capital duchy, but Marvelhold is the capital duchy of the Amber Kingdom, which is the kingdom to the north. So if that answers your
Drew.
question,
Drew, I know the
king in
joke
the
you were about to
north.
make. I was about to make the same one, and I love you.
what did you
Don't
say?
worry about it.
No, it's
Okay.
fine.
I'll let it die. I'll let it die. And fine. Next question is with D Wings Thame. D Wings Thame. D Wings Thame. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Is there a waiting period for the hiring DM with
I think
you?
it's their fucking name.
Well,
You never
their
know.
tag, okay. There isn't necessarily a waiting period, but at the moment, if you were to like apply right now or applied last week, we have all just for some weird reason started a new job within like the same 2 weeks of our Muggle jobs. So we are really busy doing those. But the minute I have a second to kind of sit down, if you've applied or going to apply, I will get back to you. And if you have already applied, I apologize. I'm just trying to get my real life pants on, the Muggle pants on, before I can do all the DM stuff. So if you've replied, I'll reach out to you, and I apologize if there's a wait. But we try to
Also-
get to you as soon as we can.
We should, not just in the general sense of things, say we were all free as birds.
No, yeah, true.
There is, like, not a waiting period exactly, but there is, for traditional, like, weekly group sessions, if that was something anyone was interested in doing, there's a group minimum. Like, we'd need to wait until a certain number of people had aggregated to start a session.
Yeah.
So if you, D. Wingstium,
That was good.
were coming with just yourself, then it would be a matter of finding other people who had also applied and linking them together with you. If you were coming with like 2 or 3 other people, however, saying we as a group that I have with me now wants to be DM'd by you guys, then there's much less of a waiting time for that, because it's sort of like you can hit the ground running. But that's even taking away the Muggle job thing.
Another reason for that to take longer, and not to make this an entire discussion, but for putting groups together, we want to make sure that we put groups together that have similar expectations of the gameplay itself. So that could also add to time, but it really just goes towards the fact that we want to make sure that the experience for each person is as good as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you shoot us a message on our website, and we can figure something out. And we would love to accommodate you. It just like it's of course the balancing of Muggle jobs and the stream. And if we can find the balance, maybe we can do more of the stream in the D&D and have that be more of our pseudo like, I don't know, living in a way.
So basically, tell all of your friends about this stream
so
that
I don't have to
can
be a waiter.
Yeah.
But please, yeah, shoot us a message.
Smooth.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Love you guys. Thank you for answering. And I had one last question.
From Hannah.
Oh, Hannah, you asked. What'd you ask? Where are you?
Really, Woody?
Oh, when do we level to 5? Eat my ass.
And here we are.
And
Okay.
that is where we pick back up. So that was rude, Hannah. I apologize.
No,
No,
No, you don't.
It wasn't
But-
rude. It was just weird to say to your
It was a
sister.
little
That's a
weird.
little weird.
I realized
That's
it.
pretty weird.
I meant it in like a not like. Oh,
Well,
F off.
shit! I can't
well-
take
What,
that back.
just
It's
like
on
a
the internet, y'all.
Aura.
No,
I'm
that's
just
on the
gonna
internet.
stop.
That's pretty weird.
That is on the internet, and that's weird.
Sorry, Mom and Dad.
Sorry, that was weird. I mean,
Sometimes they watch the stream.
Let's just leave that.
What do you mean?
die.
I mean.
Let's just let
Keep digging that
leopards
hole there,
lie.
brother.
Yeah. Brother.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Enough of this. Let's get started. So,
All right, we gotta go. Come on.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to.
You're great.
guys, just so you know, Usher is gonna be a guest on next week's episode.
Don't promise that, cause I'll want it to follow through.
Okay.
I'll text my connections.
Love it, love it, love it. Jesus Christ. All right, so as the camera pans back down to Hugh, Investigating Lilith's tattoo. That's interesting. Lilith, the magic that is connected to this is more so divination than anything else.
What does that mean?
I'm sorry.
It means that I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be. It's just it's maniacal, and I will absolutely murder this person for you.
I'm in.
But it just means that it's he's watching you. It's more of a way to just
There's someone
keep
watching
tabs
us.
on where you are.
Is that
So basically, you stepping into the city is just him being like, "Oh, I see you're here. Now I'm going to kill your family." But
Is that
Perhaps,
what it means
yeah.
people
nothing
know
to do
what's-
with you doing it.
Is the bigger issue not that we could be being watched now?
And that someone knows where this place is.
Exactly. Is that not the bigger potential issue?
Yes,
I
we
mean, it
gotta
isn't.
go kill him now.
There is an aspect of it where
So we do go to Revan,
we're going to Revan.
I guess.
Does Revan?
Shit. Are you all right?
Yeah, Lilith,
Yes.
are you okay?
I am so stupid. Oh my god, I'm so stupid.
No, Lilith.
No,
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Emma, please.
you're not. Don't at all put this on yourself. The second you start aiming that energy towards yourself, they win. Hate him. You're not stupid, he's dead.
Well, I mean, he is alive.
I would say
No.
They also win when they
Currently,
get
he
here.
is alive. I don't know.
He's dead, he just doesn't know it yet.
Well, that's true. But I'd say currently he is.
Or he might know it.
So he is spying on me right now. Is that what you're saying?
I'm unsure of the. I do not have the facilities to get the specifics of this curse or spell or whatever, and prod your tattoo again a little bit. What this is? Sorry. But it is divination based. There's a little bit of abjuration in there. I can see it, but mostly divination.
What's the abjuration doing?
I don't know. I can only, with my facilities that I have now, I can only discern what school of magic. And if it was some sort of necromantic or transmutation or evocation type of spell, then yeah, I would assume that if you stepped inside the city, maybe something bad would happen. But divination, from what I understand, there can't be too much bad that happens.
Simply knowledge.
You have never met the Sage of Revan.
No, I have not. But I have heard of him. And he is, when it comes to sages of Cordia, relatively new. And I think wants to stamp out his place among the hierarchy of mages here.
He wants to stamp out his place by taking over Revan or some shite like that. That's what he wants. He's up to some crazy bullshit in Revan.
What
I
is he
think-
up to?
I don't know.
I think we should figure it out.
Yes.
Kill two birds with one stone. Get the shard, and
Well, either way.
I mean, we killed Logan the Bull. I think we can handle the sage. Maybe.
I think that is a good idea.
I would say though that Logan the Bull is probably a name he gave himself. The sage was given said title by others, which is different. But we're going to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
That's a given.
If
He-
I might,
Go ahead. No. Say what you're going to say, Kallias.
Well, I will just say, I know that I might have. You don't need to laugh at me, Amber, when I speak.
No,
I was going
She
to
said,
say-
"Go ahead, Kallias," and then you were like, "Well, I'm going."
Oh, all right. Go ahead, Kallias. I won't speak anymore.
I was going to divert add a side note to the topic. So it is more
Fair.
relevant at the end of the Revan discussion.
Then let's remain on topic. Leonidas?
No, I'm good. Go ahead, someone else.
The Sage of Revan is deadly. And I won't let anyone else get killed because of me. I don't think it's safe to go. They're very powerful.
Well, I'd say we're pretty deadly, and we can only get deadlier.
So this is what I was going to say. If we feel like we need time to study and grow before we approach your sage in their city and the shards they may or may not know about. I know my way around Olakos, and if we can get to the pit itself and on that larger island while avoiding going anywhere near my offshore home island nearby and avoiding any of the pilgrims who may be venturing towards the pit if we were to get there, then we could attain whatever temporite and power we could there whilst avoiding what I would very much like to avoid. This might give us the time that we would need to feel more confident in standing against this sage.
Perhaps. Well, regardless, step one is to leave this place, and we are nowhere near doing that unless we figure out a different way of getting out. So perhaps we get topside and then decide the direction.
I agree. Also, there's the whole aspect of that miasma that was.
Do you have an inhaler for that?
Yeah, do you have a problem?
Oh, you beat me to it by just 1 second.
I mean, I used to, as a child, had some asthma, but I've grown out of it since. But miasma.
Yar.
Fuck you.
Literally about to say, pirate ventilator then.
Made out of wood.
Yarr. Okay. Jesus Christ, you guys.
I lost my albuterol a long time ago.
I keep a rescue inhaler in my hook.
'Tis less effective than me old steroid inhaler.
Oh, pirates with asthma.
Oh, jeez.
That's incredible. That's very. I mean, that's.
During springtime, I have to make sure that I keep it on me at all times.
Jesus Christ, you guys. Oh, God. Okay. We should at least, if that still exists, hopefully it's been. The clerics have shown up from Revan, but now that I understand that the sage is up to some dastardly deeds, perhaps that's more worrisome.
Kallias. Sorry, I had a furball.
I don't understand. Was that a Dragonborn dialect?
No, that was something in my throat. Do you think that what is waiting for us below, where you are from, is less than what the shade would be?
No, you misunderstand.
I might have.
If we are to go to the Isle of Fidisilias and venture towards Olakos, then we should do so with the explicit purpose of finding the Temporite shards. I am asking for us to avoid my isle. And I am asking for us to avoid by many as far away as we can, while still within the bounds of Olakos. We must not disturb that which slumbers there. There is the different. I do not know. I have only been within the confines of Olakos, the deepest parts of Olakos, once. And what I saw there was enough to certify my beliefs. I did not see any Temporite or anything like this down there. But if something exists, if a shard exists there or a deposit exists there, then we should find it without disturbing the thing that slumbers there. A sage is one thing, a god is something else.
So, to the best of your knowledge, and this is good information, would sage be less bad? Because if so, then perhaps,
I do not
to your
know.
point earlier, maybe we go sage first.
I do not know. I do not know what this sage is capable of, and truly there is no knowing what that which sleeps is capable of, that which feeds. I know, I believe it is why the way I am now. It has granted considerable boons to those of us who patronize it, and to my entire village. It is the reason we have existed for so long. It is our whole reason for existing, but to challenge it would be almost certain death. My hope is that going to Olakos and trying to find what we seek would mean not coming into conflict with it at all. Furthermore, I would forbid it.
Fair. Which brings me back to my point previous. Top side, then decide. There's definitely a lot to take in.
Top side.
So top side first.
I will say, it might be... Yes. It might be beneficial to go to a place that has more materials for us, as we are still just starting out, as then to go to a place that would not have a lot of materials first.
If I may inject.
What?
Inject. What would you like
what?
to inject?
What would you?
Interject.
Sorry, you were all having conversation, and I also want to add my 2 cents to it.
No.
Ember, do
Why
you have
is-
that box of drugs? Because he wants
Yes.
to inject some of it.
Yeah.
Oh
We're talking about inject.
my god.
I'm not good with things being injected into me.
Would you like a thesaurus?
Oh,
Order of the scribe, right?
why are we burning the nerd right now? Why is that what we're doing?
When Ryujin joins in, you
What did
know.
you just say?
Holy shit.
Why are we roasting the
Oh,
nerd?
order of
I'm
the
just trying to help. I can be quiet and sit back.
No, you.
I would like to offer my 2 cents.
And I think that right now we're all a bit. I don't know.
Good Christ.
Yes. Go ahead.
Who?
It's an author I love. What I was going to say, if Revan facing off against a sage seems rather risky, or I'm sorry, Kallias, Fidisilias or Olakos, which one?
Both. Those are both places.
Okay, to the south.
The most honest group of people ever that are just like, yes, that's what. I don't know what else you want.
It's like Andy
Correct.
answers. Yes, those
Yes,
are two
those are both
places I have
places.
said.
Unbelievable.
We could go
Every
in.
once in a while, we align something and it tickles me the way that Kallias responds to things. It's great. I love it. Thank you.
Oh shit. We could go to the nearest one, which is along the Leviathans Spine.
Ah,
If
a
we
third option.
yes, option C. If those two, if our little two raw personally and looks towards Kallias and Lilith, we could go there.
Fair point. Does anyone have any previous history, scorned lovers?
Only that you do not sail there.
Why?
Because you don't make landfall when you sail there. They do not call it the Leviathans Spine for lack of reason. That was something that we were taught very early. It is why it is named such. It is named such where I am from as well as here.
So, Hugh, any other non-dangerous options?
And we could go travel further north. Is the core beneath the core tree, which I believe is within the verdant expanse.
My only thing is we don't know how much time we have, and the quicker we can do these, the better. So the ones that are closest to us might be the most beneficial.
Yes.
That's
May I ask-
Remember, we said top side, then decide. So,
Yes,
let's go.
all the options have been presented.
Yes.
Let us go top side.
Let's
But-
start walking.
But Leonidas, that just made me think of something. Let me ask Andy
Hugh,
one more
as
question.
you're talking, Hugh, we're walking and talking.
No,
He
I
has
need
to
to ask Andy one last question.
Oh, Jesus.
boy.
This better be.
Andy. Ripples. Can we return to any point in the 5th iteration that we wish? Andy then answers. Excellent question. Every time stream works together simultaneously. You can only return to the nexus point of each time stream. They run parallel with each other. So, Andy, does that mean that we can't travel back in time to, say, a month from now in the 5th iteration? No. A month here is a month in the 5th iteration.
Hey Hugh, when is this going to pay off? We
Um,
already knew this.
No, that means that the time in all the iterations moves at the same pace as time within this iteration. So we can't go there. Say we grab everything, we come back, and we put in our 6 shards. We can't then go to right when, even before when Yara and Keeper show up. We have to go exactly at that point in the time stream, which would be whenever we do it past this point. Does that make sense?
What's
So
wrong
no
with
matter what time is passing,
Yes.
we can't fudge it, is what you're saying.
How long do we have?
So you're saying that every conversation that happens that is tedious is wrong.
Andy, how long do we have until Thelikas finishes the 5th iteration?
The 5th iteration is in a undetermined stance.
Let me rephrase. How long do we have before the 4th iteration is finished? Is destroyed?
Kallias, that is undetermined amount of time.
Andy.
From what I can understand, it's not like the it will all unravel at some sort of doomsday clock. It is slowly being destroyed by the things put in place, such as the miasma. it's more like it's being purged. The ground we stand on is not, or like the exact timeline won't disappear all of a sudden.
I understand. I just wondered if there was some kind of. It does not matter.
Doug,
Speed is of the essence. Either way.
your hypothesis is 70% correct.
That is the second time you've said that to me today.
Can you fill in the holes, Andy?
Well, Andy's really keen to fill in some people's holes.
I can fill in any hole you wish. I just
All
need
right.
the
I
proper question.
I want Andy and then one of Leonidas' echoes. Let's go.
Ooh, interesting.
What about my echoes? What you?
What's
wanna-
the other 30%, Andy?
To answer, I must receive a question.
Andy, you just heard what I said and then said what part of what I said was wrong and what part of what I said was right, and then fill in the thing that I said was wrong.
You kind of hear like you hear like you see it ripple quite a bit for a second. Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
that when you like do it a bunch of things too fast on a computer from like 2002, and the dial-up starts like going really slow. So it's
Yeah, less and less do I trust this thing to send me to a different parallel.
What'd you get?
Did you crit
I
fail?
rolled a natural one.
Oh,
Oh fuck. You say that and Andy goes, I'm sorry. I require the correct question to answer your query.
I think
I love how you're
70%.
selectively helpful.
Can we go?
Yeah, you know what?
You know,
Let's just fucking
we'll come
leave.
back.
Fuck this guy.
You know exactly what question, but just whatever.
I am an
Andy,
arcane
Andy is the
intelligence.
big bad.
I mean,
Andy and Doug.
You know exactly
find-
what question because here we are.
We,
You
like-
said 70% correct. Yet, did you forget what the hypothesis that he said was?
Andy.
You are shaming
gonna-
me into giving you
We're
the
gonna
correct
destroy-
answer.
Andy.
We're gonna stop
Answer.
Thelikas, and then suddenly, like, we're gonna be like, "Oh, everything went really well," and we're gonna turn around, and then it'll be
Andy's
like,
gonna be there.
"You weren't supposed to get this far."
I warned you.
I'm
You have
sorry.
come too far.
I'm sorry, Doug. I cannot do that.
Yeah, really.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's
get
go.
out of here.
Fucking go.
Do not
yeah.
give him any ideas.
Would you like me to
Ember
shut
runs out
down?
of the room. Yes.
Is there a way to communicate with you beyond here?
Why
No.
would we want that?
I am
Literally,
a
in what
single
world would we want to
I'm
do
just
that?
asking. I'm
Interface.
just asking in case we had questions somewhere else. But
I've
evidently,
left. Ember has walked out of the room.
thank you,
She
Andy,
does-
for your.
It doesn't answer the right questions
Help.
anyway. It's useless.
We
I
leave
love how everything I
tower.
make you guys fucking break apart.
We did not break any of this apart.
It was broken to begin with.
I
It was
guess
broken.
so.
I
to
said
be
something.
fucking begin
It
with.
said, "Oh, you're almost correct," and I'm like, "Oh, what do you mean by that?" And it was like, "What?"
Huh? Exactly.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, did you forget?
I
Error
guess.
for
Aren't
yeah,
you
that's a
the
good point.
intelligence?
Well, you guys have to discover things on your own, I guess. Just keep good notes. Maybe you can get to the bottom of it.
So don't make an AI that has all the answers.
I have the correct answers if you ask the correct questions.
I thought we left.
Thug.
Okay, we're
I
walking.
Yeah,
can't
we
wait
left.
to
I
meet
thought
you
we
again.
left.
Going
Yeah.
into sleep mode now.
I feel like we're gonna see a
wanna
lot
go
more
kill-
candies in the fifth
Let's go
iteration.
find one of those frog things. I want to kill something.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
know do something.
All
I'm
right.
feeling a little bloodthirsty.
Okay. So you guys get down to the bottom of the floor. You see, there's our good friend Farnham sitting on the kind of well bit, just being like, "So, where are we going?"
We're going out. Let's go.
All right, let's go. All right. So, did that robot lady say anything to you folks?
Rude of you to assume it's gender.
Yeah, I don't know if it had a.
It kind of had a female-sounding voice to me, but I
You're
guess
just
you are
assigning
correct.
gender there.
You are correct. I do apologize. I did not know that robot's gender. Did they say anything to you?
It is a sore topic.
I don't know. He was. I would say Andy was kind of a dick, so maybe it was a man.
Right.
I mean,
All right.
Although, I also never mind.
We know where some shards are, or deposits, I guess, or might be.
I think we still have to decide.
General
where we're going.
location.
I'm
Frankly, that
explaining
means
this to the
nothing
monk.
me.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Milton,
He just stood there quietly the whole time.
Continue to follow us.
We're gonna get you out of here, bud.
Let's go.
I sure do hope so. This rotund halfling just kind of following all y'all.
Let's do it a little sneakily.
Yes.
I look at Leonidas to make sure he's not going to make fun of my accent.
I've never made fun of your accent. Have I made fun of your accent?
Moving on. Let's do it sneakily, and let's just be awares and be awares of your surroundings. All right.
All right. As you all exit the well, everybody roll me perception checks and stealth checks.
Oh, okay.
Perception first.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry as well.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Oh no.
Oh, yep.
Okay, we're gonna go
Very
round
sorry.
robin. Let's go
Very,
bad
very
news
sorry.
first with Leonidas.
Perception is 13, and stealth is 3.
Okay. 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 Then next, Kallias.
Perception is a healthy 9. And
Oh.
stealth is a healthy 7.
Nice. All right, then Lilith.
I'm good at those things.
Perception is a crit fail.
Whoa.
Stealth is a natural 20.
Let's go.
Oh,
there we
right.
go. There it is.
Okay.
For a total of 29.
Okay. Whoa. Holy, you're rogue. Fuck yeah. All right, and then Ember.
Perception was a 15, and stealth was an 8.
Okay, and then finally Ryujin.
Perception was a 21. Stealth was a natural 20.
Holy fuck.
Bow
You're
down. Bow
With
down.
a total of 25.
How are these not goddamn natural 20s happening all the
Do you
time with
need
you?
to go to
Milton's
Vegas?
just standing in the back like, how are you guys doing this?
I would love, like, at some point, can I get a picture of your dice set? Because I need to find this dice set. Like, I need to, like,
I
spend
refuse-
time
it's
hunting.
him.
It's true.
It
It's
is
not the dice.
him.
It's true.
I'm gonna
true.
switch D20s next time we play.
No.
No, please don't.
No.
I
You're-
will
Okay.
Be
take a pay.
interested to see. I'd be interested to see what... That
Okay.
that would... Anyway.
Anyway.
My
Maybe.
metaphysics can only go so far.
What do we
Right.
run into?
As you guys make your way out into the rubble of the refuge of
Are you referring to like ruins?
Or
Yes.
refuse.
refuse.
Sorry.
That's the
Refuse
word.
is like
not
trash.
refuge. Refuse. Yeah.
Refuse.
Yeah.
Why are all words sounding the same?
Not gonna mind.
England.
Yeah, goddamn English language. The refuse of past iterations. You should make your way through. Quiet. And the rubble is a way where you don't really feel like you're being that quiet. You have to climb over mountains of rubble. And like things fall, rocks and rubble kind of tumble down this hill that you were climbing over, but you stop. Looking around. Nothing. Just the shimmering light of the well shining upon you. Continue to make your way up.
Should we be worried about how quiet it is?
If something comes to hit us, we'll hit it back. It's kind of how I view things.
I mean, you're right. That's it.
You continue to make your way through the caldera, and you get towards, finally, the bottom of the staircase leading up. You start to ascend up the staircase. Nothing happens. You diligently climb. And you make your way back through the maw of the river where you fought that roper, and the dead carcass of the roper is there. Make your way past it. You get to your boat, and there you are. No
I
incident.
hate the cadence at which you are speaking.
No, it's terrifying.
Oh, scary.
Very much so.
Just building some tension with how I narrate things, guys. It's okay. It's just fucking storytelling.
Yeah.
Storytelling? You better work your lats. What's going on?
A little bit of both, baby boy. It was,
Latin telling.
it was a push day at the gym today, so.
No. No, it wasn't.
I was benching today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, healthy boy season it is, I guess. You guys get to your raft. Any else? Are you concerned why we didn't run into anything?
To be fair, it might have been visible what we did up on the tower.
Ooh. Interesting.
Let's not question it.
Yeah.
Let's just get on
Let's
the
get-
boat.
yes,
and
yes.
go.
Get out of here. Yeah.
All right. Get on the boat. You start making your way upstream. Because of the fluting of the underside of the boat, you guys are able to make your way at a decent pace. Not as fast as coming down, so it's going to take a few days, but just for the sake of brevity.
Days?
Yeah, it was like a 3-day trip to get
Oh,
down.
right. I'm sorry. It's been a minute.
Yeah. So this is probably going to be closer to a 5-day trip.
Hell.
Jesus.
My. Okay.
Just making your way up. You guys sit and snack. Anything y'all want to talk about as you're sitting and snacking?
On this tiny boat.
I will. I'm sorry, Kallias. Would you like to go?
I was just going to say, where are we going?
Well, I would.
we have-
I just wanted to say something. And this is like day 2, because the first 2 days I don't speak. But day 2, that's how I'm feeling. I'd like to apologize. Specifically to you, Lilith, and you, Ember. I am not good with my emotions. And I don't know how to handle them in ways that are effective in a group. And I was not expecting at all to see my daughter. And so I was making decisions and then was making comments that I didn't want to make you two feel like I didn't trust you. Because so far I've trusted you and I haven't really seen a reason not to trust you so far. Or past that. And so if this is for us to be able to do this together, I need you both to know that I am sorry. And that I will work on communicating better. And I appreciate both of you for what you have brought to this group. Okay.
Thanks.
Cool.
Where are we going?
You all make your way back upriver.
Well,
to-
I
Oh, go ahead.
sorry. I mean that was my.
Oh, go ahead.
Where are we going? After this, after we get to the surface,
I thought we were waiting till the surface.
there's no reason to just sit these 3 days now that we're out of that pit. That
So much can change by the time we get up there and talk to the monastery. We don't know what is happening with the miasma, or if they are
True.
still dead rising.
True,
There's-
I can appreciate that, but we should rather have an idea. Not one set in stones, but an idea of what we think we will do.
Well, seemingly our first three options are Revan, the island, or the spine.
If it comes
I would also put in a request before going to any of those 3 places. If we could stop back in Camden Mesa, just something I want to take care of.
Are you
What?
well?
I was thinking the same thing. We need to kill Keith.
I forgot about Keith. I'm gonna be honest.
It was a joke, I'm sorry.
No.
Keith is now ascended to the Doge.
Imagine.
You thought we were playing all this time. Little did you know, he was the fucking king.
He was the king.
Yeah.
He was like not Hotspur, Prince Hal in Henry the Fourth. Part
Good
1
job.
and 2.
Fucking
Good job.
Wow,
nerd.
that took a lot of work
Yeah,
to get out of
you
my
really
mouth.
had to
we
go
need
for
all
that
our
one.
episodes after Shakespeare quotes.
Well,
Here we go.
I almost called him Hotspur, which is wrong, and I almost said Henry V, which is not correct.
Ryujin, what is it that you need at Camden Mesa?
Just something that will make me better.
Are you sick?
No. Something to
Cool.
improve my combat prowess.
Oh,
There was some cool things that I noticed about that city and wanted to see if I could gain something from it.
Okay. Well, either way, I think the nearest center to go to anywhere would be Camden Mesa. So I think that is going to be a destination no matter what.
I agree. And I think if we are moving forward from there, since we don't... Can we agree that that caldera, the tower and all that, that was a very strange place? And any time we've come into contact with any Mobian anything, it has been challenging to our worldviews, respectively, in terms of what their relics, their detritus, their remains are even capable of, let alone this Temporite. Who knows how that would have affected the area? If that is something being manipulated by your sage, or at the core of the... Never mind that, but it might be safest to head towards the middle ground and start at the Leviathans Spine. Regardless of storied dangers of getting there, we have traversed such places before, outrun worms twice, if I recall. So if the journey is perilous, that is par for the course. But a deserted area on the edge of the world sounds like a more easily facilitated place to stretch our muscles and figure out what we are looking for, as opposed to diving straight off into the heart of one of 2 places, both of which are or will be messy for some of us to deal with. Better approach those soon, but not too soon. Is that... Am I out of line? for saying so.
No.
So,
Yeah, I don't think you're out of line, Kallias.
unless something, when we reach the surface and discuss with those who perhaps might know more or know about what's gone on while we've been down here.
I will. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, unless there is a delegate from Revan looking for us, or the lightning has accelerated, or my people have arrived on shore hunting me, unless something forces us in a different direction, I think aiming for the spine is not a bad move.
Are your people hunting for you?
I don't know. I didn't say that they are. I don't know if they are. I told you. Eris was... Elder Auxentios was her father. And if they find her, they will... My village, my people, they are not like me. I am the only one of myself. And they will know whom to look for when...
When they find her, so she's not just like in a hut or something.
No, did I not?
Where is she when you turned her to stone?
In the middle of Fidisilias, the big island which we will be going to at some point. Do you have Hugh, do you have that map?
Yes. And as you guys are pushing your way upstream, he pulls it out. Dan, could you switch us back to the map?
Okay.
Of course you can, big dog. Looking at the map, everybody, and I'll pull up my own as well, just so I'm not looking at the streams. It would be the so if you look at that kind of big group of islands to the south, Fidisilias, and Will, correct me, I believe this is what my notes say. Fidisilias is that large island to the north of that group of islands.
That's Fidisilias. The one that has the lake in the middle is Fidisilias.
And then the island in the middle is Olakos, which is where the temple is.
And all the way, what I want to show you. So, if you look, where you see Olakos, this island in the center of the lake, somewhere in the center of the southern shore of that lake, on the bulk of that island, Fidisilias, somewhere in the center there, I think, is where it all fell apart. Now, if you look all the way over to the central south part, to the west of these islands, you will see on this map a little demarcation of a small habitation. And there is a reason that this habitation shows, this little village shows on a map found by one such as you, Hugh. That is my village, on that little island, along with the village itself we call Vimata. I believe it translates to something roughly like the steppes. And that is where I am from. And it is on these maps because they like it to be known by outsiders as a place where people in need of rest on long journeys might come stay. So, if we are to travel there, we would be avoiding that isle, staying only towards Fidisilias and Olakos in the center, if that is where the Temporite might be. But it is on that isle where Eris stands still, or where I left her. And it is on that isle where we make our hunting trips, and it is on that isle where we make our pilgrimages, and they will find her. They have found her, I can only imagine.
So you think that people are probably looking for you?
I can only assume. They should not know where I am. Because where I found Cora, and the people who were scouring that part of the temple ruins on the main isle of Fidisilias. I had not seen them there before. We do not have people who just know where these ruins are. They are ours. They are sacred, and we keep them this. So I do not... And I left from there with Cora on a vessel provided by these scavengers, so I do not think my people know where I am. I hope they do not know where I am. It is why I keep... One of many reasons I keep my cloak close. But I think if we were to go there at some point, they would certainly not be ones we were looking to encounter.
Well,
Part
then,
of my reason for going to the Spines.
All
maybe-
right, let's
yeah,
go to
maybe
the
not.
spine.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's the consensus then. And maybe, I mean, to go to the spine, we'll have to hire a ship, and then maybe that ship could take us to Fidisilias. And as Hugh rolls up his map, Dan, you can take away the map for us.
Goodbye.
So I guess the plan is to find passage from Camden Wharf, correct?
I guess so, yeah.
All right.
Pick up whatever Ryujin needs to get. Say your goodbyes to Keith, there, Ember. If you're coming with us.
And perhaps check in with Oya as well. Just a thought.
Speaking of Oya, the Longhorn gang was, is that who we sent to find?
Yes, Oya
They
went
were
to go...
also looking for these tablets and searching and figuring out information. I just want to bring our attention back to them for a little bit so that we not forget that they also were doing some of the things we were doing.
I had forgotten
And
about that
we
region.
could maybe come across them again.
Well,
I assumed we cut
Ember
off
is
that,
their
the head
new
of that
leader.
snake. It's fair.
And I have... I have all of the documents. I have all these documents from the Logan, whatever his name was. Maybe there's something in there about what they were doing.
How likely do we think it is that the entire Longhorn camp that got vaporized is going to come back as Walking Dead?
I'm not sure if that's if that is the same thing. Mostly because the dead things kind of happen instantaneously, and they would have I don't know. Something tells me that it's not the same.
What if they don't get vaporized? What if they just get transported to the next iteration?
Maybe.
That is a thought I have not had, Lilith.
But what makes them? Why would he want them? They were shitty and annoying.
Oh, not worthy.
Or do you
They
think
weren't worthy.
they were worthy and we weren't?
Why are we worthy? Why? I don't understand.
Are we?
We were called worthy.
I think we're worthy.
By Dinokrates, it told us we were, as it died. It said that. There's no arguing it or debating it.
I think there is an aspect of each one of us that has something to do with a place that we once were part of that we might not be a part of anymore.
I mean, I don't want to burst your bubble there, Leonidas, but maybe we shouldn't take the word of a follower of a would-be god who's on a power trip.
That's fair.
If they're
Fair
telling
point.
us we're worthy, maybe
That's-
it's not a compliment.
That is fair. I didn't think of that.
But, well, they think it is. And that's enough for me to want to figure out why.
Either way, we won't know, as you said, Ember. It's like smut. We'll know it when we see it. So, we can't understand this Thelakas until we reach him, or then. And we can't know what's going to be on Fidisilias until we're there. We don't know what's going to happen to anybody's family in Revan until we arrive. First things first, let's get to Camden Mesa and get to the surface.
Aye.
Aye. Are we saying all aye? I'm a little confused.
It was kind of happening,
It means yes where I'm from, okay?
Oh, I know what it.
at
I know
like
what
an
it means.
agreement.
It was a
At
question
one point on the
okay.
at one point on the boat ride, probably like before we make it completely there, when everybody's kind of like sleeping, Ember grabs the lamp that's hanging from his chest and uses it and goes inside of it.
Okay.
Dream of genie.
Yeah, on a long rest, you enter within your lamp, and a moment passes, and you see that lounge, this circular lounge within this kind of crystal dome exist, and you see Amber sitting there, legs crossed and her silks. She sees you and she goes, "Now, I was wondering when you would arrive. How are you doing, honey? I've been watching you and I am proud as a peach."
Did you know?
I'm sorry. No what?
Did you know about all of this?
Truthfully, no. I had
Do I believe her?
roll me an insight check against a genie,
Against
my
the
king.
genie.
Fuck. 11.
You believe her. She seems like she's telling the truth. And she continues. If I can find my notes. Now, I had some inklings, and I felt like maybe there was a connection. I do not know about any of these, what do you call them? That silly robot iterations. Honey, I have no idea about any of those. I promise you that. One thing you do notice within the room, if you recall that dream you had when you were in the space before, and there was that swirling ball of energy, it's still there on like a little pedestal in the corner, but holding it is a jug of tea. And it is within the tea, kind of, you don't really see the images in it anymore, but you see like that familiar kind of swirling ball in the tea moving around. Now, I feel like we should be upfront with each other. You have proven yourself by acquiring what I asked you, and now I think we can continue our lovely little relationship.
I don't like being manipulated.
Oh, honey, neither do I, and I'm not trying to manipulate you. I apologize if that's what's coming across as. Please have a seat. I am eccentric in my ways, but I do not want to manipulate you. At least not yet, and gives you a wink.
Right. So, I take out the amethyst and I say, "Here you go."
Oh, wonderful. And she takes it from you and she kind of looks at it and says, "Oh, now this is truly something special. Thank you, honey. I'll tell you what it is." And she kind of like puts it into a pocket appears and she like slides it into it, but almost translucent silks and fabrics hanging off of her. It just disappears in them. Now, what I asked you to grab is called a core gem. This was the core amethyst. They have never been collected all into one menagerie for, quite a few many years. Maybe 1,000 or two, I don't recall. But the last person who had them all together was able to rule all of my plane. And I need to tell you my full name. Now, my friends call me Amber. That's what I go by. But my full name is Ambition. I have a desire to be in charge. And everybody in charge needs a right hand. And I want you to be my right hand. Now, of course, being the right hand of a whole plane means that you'd be a god king on your own. So, that's my offer to you. We can keep this relationship going, feeling each other out, seeing how we like each other, but I just wanted to be full frontal with you and tell you how I feel and what I'm asking for. We're looking for 5 core gems. You have gotten me 1. There are 4 more scattered about existence. Just need you to collect them for me. And my dog wants into the room. 1 second, please. Hi, honey, come on in. Thank you. Get up onto the couch. Back to where we were.
That's incredible.
That's a fucking crazy looking dog.
He is a beautiful young man, please.
Does he start humping her foot?
It's just
Fuck
like
you.
it's a human person that is like semi dressed as a dog.
I've seen those YouTube videos. Now, I'm sure you have a few questions, and I'm happy to answer.
How much are you listening in on us? Is it verbatim?
Oh, no, honey. I am far too busy with other engagements to be listening 24/7. I just get a clip here and there. I don't really pay too much attention unless you ask me. If you ask me, I can maybe talk to you for a little bit, but I usually am predisposed at certain bridge meetings or something like that.
Right. Okay. Do you have any suggestions on where we're going next? The options that we have are the place where Kallias is near where Kallias is from. The other is Revan to confront the Sage of Necromancy, and then the third is the Leviathans Spine.
Honey, unfortunately, I don't know a whole lot what you're talking about the necromancy sage or the Leviathan. I don't know about that, but I will tell you, when a breeze is its strongest is when it's with a large flow of its kind. So I suggest that you stick with the flow, because therefore you'll be stronger, and therefore you get me more shit, and I can give you more stuff in return. Know what I mean?
What?
I do.
Right.
I do know what you mean.
Yes.
What
As-
is that? And I point at the teapot.
Honey, this is my gift for you. She stands up, her silks flowing. She walks over to her jug of sun-brewed sweet tea. And she manifests these 2 glasses, pours some for herself, pours some for you, puts the jug down and brings them over to you. And she says, take a sip, honey. This is just a little gift from me for being so goddamn good. Please have a sip, darling. It smells like delicious sweet tea, honey. Don't worry about it. Just drinks it right down.
He drinks it.
Delicious sweet tea. Has this like sort of zest to it. Like it is like lemony but sweet. It's the perfect balance between that citric kind of and the sweetness that you need in a sweet tea.
Okay.
Now, that was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's quite good.
I mean, when you wake up, you'll feel a little bit of extra oomph. I took a little bit of inspiration from what's been going on about all that timey-wimey hullabaloo, and I just threw it in a little brew for you, so you can have some fun with that. And you now have access to your new feat of the Gift of Recall.
Exciting.
Now, Ember, I like you. Let me be real. And I'm excited for our relationship in the future. And I'll be keeping a relatively close eye, just keeping tabs on you, making sure you're safe. And if you need anything, honey, please ask. Just come on in to our little abode and we can have a chat. All right?
Sounds good, Em.
Excellent.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
and I take out the piece of amber that we had found, and I go, an extra gift.
Oh, honey, you're throwing some whipped cream on top of that. Hell, thank you, honey. I'll take that right from you. Thank you. Well, I'll add this to my collection, and I'll just put it down for a good old kind of interest before you even have a debt, baby. Don't even worry about it. I got you. You are above and beyond. Hell yeah. All right. Honey?
I'm yes?
No, go ahead, please.
Oh, I was gonna go.
Oh, well, that's fine. She has a little sundial watch. Because I actually have a poker with the ladies here in a little bit. And a little elemental watch. And slaps it closed. So I have to get going anyways, but honey, thank you. I love you. Can you give mom some sugar?
I'm not exactly.
Okay, how about just like
that.
one of them, how the French do, mwah, mwah, how we do that? How's that? I like that. You like that?
Yes.
It's fun. All right. I love you. Have fun. Keep me posted. Be safe. Wear a condom. And mwah, mwah. You're out of your zone. And you're back. For the sake of time, you guys make it back to the staircase. Bailey, come here, Bella. Come here.
I'm always so overwhelmed while talking with her because of how over the top that you play her.
She's my southern what's his bucket? Thor Ragnarok and Jurassic Park. Wow,
Jeff Goldblum?
Jeff
she's
Goldblum?
My southern Jeff Goldblum, yes.
If Jeff Goldblum was from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yep.
And a woman.
Yeah.
And a woman.
No.
Oh, Bailey, I'm trying to stream, Betty. All right, he's needy. He needs to lick my head. So we're back here, everybody. So, you guys make it back to the where you began your journey. The river does continue upstream quite a ways, but then there's also the stairs that lead up. What do we do?
I say we go.
Maybe-
Everybody watching
maybe-
at home, this is a moment where you need a drink.
Yeah, really.
Maybe this upstream is our Skyrim exit
What?
through the
What's
desert.
Skyrim?
Yeah, what's
Is that a
Skyrim?
place?
Yeah, that. It's our secret exit. That's faster.
I've never heard of Skyrim.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess, Ryujin, your instincts have always been right so far, so I trust you.
I'm just putting out theories. I'm not saying this is correct.
We might as well.
I just know that it could be another way without traversing the desert and dealing with purple worms.
It has to lead somewhere.
True.
Rivers always do.
I do think that maybe returning to the Mentor Lenai could be a wise decision, because maybe they could help us on getting to what we need.
That's true.
We don't know what's down this hole, and it could just be more hole.
Wow.
Guess we need a bung for that one.
Hey!
Hey,
That's a
back to the
callback,
bung.
That is a callback.
We also have Farnham over here who needs to go.
Oh, you know, I actually forgot
Just-
we were carrying him along.
Needs to go.
So, PT Farnham, how are you feeling?
Actually, it's MT Farnham, but
For
it's
a
okay.
second, he was Canadian.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
I need to tell you if you actually no, I have a Canadian character who hasn't shown up yet. And
Oh boy.
no,
Oh boy.
Can't spoil it.
can't spoil it. It will. It's MT Farnham, but I understand. We just go on up when we talk to Mentor Lenai. I'm sure that she can get us some. I mean, we got some camels that can help you get across. I don't know. That's all I really got. I'm not.
I have a quick question for everyone, and I guess this includes you, Farnham, because you were there. How much of this information that we've learned is things that or information that we should be saying to large or different people? It is a very large thing that can possibly change people's lives, and if we are willy-nilly, not that I'm saying that we're going to be willy-nilly about it, but if we're going and telling a lot of different people about it, we might be better off. You go ahead, you.
Oh no, this is Farnham.
No, yes, Farnham.
I get what you're saying, Leonidas. We needed some tie up some loose ends.
Well,
Now-
I mean,
We
there's
have to
that.
Kill Milton.
There's that if we feel it is necessary. I don't know if that was where my brain was going, but
May I interject?
yes, Milton, Tarnum, Farnham.
Personally, if another person went through what I just went through, I'd be freaked out. You're pretty lucky that I'm an easygoing individual, and I promise you, I won't tell nobody's. Because truthfully,
I believe you because you were silent the entire time.
and truthfully, I didn't understand most of what I saw.
I also believe that.
I'm a simple man who can fix some boo-boos and eat some pickles.
Do I believe him?
Roll me an insight check.
I would also like to incite him.
That's a
roll me-
natural 20.
Let's
go.
If this guy
That's
turns
a
out to be
natural
like,
8.
if he turns out to be like the absolute most conniving of individuals you've ever met, I honestly, I'll be hands down impressed because
We
that's
truly-
that's how you hide something in plain sight.
I'm
Every
waiting for
person-
Milton to be
every-
Thelikas or something.
Yeah,
Every
Milton
person
is
we meet in this
Thelikas.
campaign, we're like, that's gonna be the end. That's gonna be the bad guy.
BBG.
Yeah.
Big bad.
Sus it could
That's the big bad
possibly
one.
be.
First guest we have, Big Bad. That's
Big
the Big
Bad?
Bad.
Oh, I'll tell
Milk
It
them.
doesn't help that we also shit on that person whenever we.
You guys shit on every character I make, please.
That's not true. I did not shit on Animus, not for a single second.
Oh,
Cora.
Animus.
Or
yeah.
Cora.
Or is
Oh, yeah.
Or oh
Cora,
no, we
yeah,
shit on Hugh.
You were
We
just
shit on
sus of Cora.
Now Hugh we definitely took put through the ringer a few times.
dick
Okay,
down.
okay.
Okay.
With that natural 20, definitely telling the truth about not telling a soul. Maybe not the pickle part.
What? What?
He's just a simple guy who eats pickles.
Oh. It's like, what?
I actually hate pickles.
Now, I truly didn't know what much I saw. I can fix boo-boos and I can eat pickles. That's what I do, and that's fine.
Fine. I think we could move past this interrogation with Milton.
Now, Mentor Lenai, she may want a little bit more explanations, but that's a her thing.
I don't really want to tell her anything.
I mean, from my standpoint, she's a very reasonable person, and she is a little more of a, she seems very uptight when you first meet her, but she's actually real cool.
And if we were to choose not to tell her, you would remain...
I would respect your decision and not tell her, yeah. Because it seems to be your whole shindig, and I don't want to step on it, no.
It's just that if we do tell her, and she tells someone else,
it can be a slippery slope, yes.
I say we kill him.
I do too.
I would advise against that. I would really appreciate living the rest of my sweet little life here in my monastery. Thank you very much.
Ember,
fine, let's go.
Yeah, no.
I appreciate you ruling that, Ember. I think you're a very kind individual.
Don't push it.
You've got a lot more heart than you think you do.
Okay, now you're fucking dead.
So are we going up?
Chucking.
Are we going
Parts of
up
the
to Mentor Lenai, or are we going up the river? I don't really
Let's just
care
get
about.
out. I don't like being on the water anymore, and I want to smell the fresh air. We can just walk right past her, and we don't need to actually tell her anything.
Oh yeah, Cora died. We buried her. Hugh, you just gotta look real sad.
I think I can do that, yes.
We can say Cora doesn't exist here anymore.
Not a lie.
Not a lie.
A lie.
She's no longer with us.
That's great. You know
That's
what? That's
Also
why
not a
you
lie.
can talk to people better than me.
Right.
Oh.
Ember, you take point. Let's head up the stairs, shall we?
Everyone
Right.
looks sad.
Okay. You guys start making that long, 10 minutes up the stairs. And you get to that antechamber. It is empty where you fought that banshee. You make your way through the antechamber around the corner, and you see, as you enter it, a sort of makeshift quarters created, and Mentor Lenai is sitting there. And as you walk in, she raises her head and goes, "My God. Welcome back. What? Please, she kind of looks around and says, what happened?
You have no idea.
It was horrible. It was almost too much for us to comprehend. There were monsters that we've never seen before.
Lilith sits down on the ground and starts crying.
Leonidas starts making this noise, but
Ryujin takes the cowboy hat that he's still wearing, puts it over
You're
his
wearing
face.
I forgot you're wearing a cowboy
about
hat.
Father, we've something to tell you.
Oh,
Just
the
gonna take out,
story of our time.
take out the crystal and let a couple large fat tears.
I
roll down my
need
cheek.
all you motherfuckers to roll me a performance check.
no.
God
the
damn it.
No.
Wait, can you add a little bit of the violin in just for fun?
Yeah, what if we all start
This
playing?
this is literally Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat
Yeah.
right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The tragic but inspiring tale of manhood in its prime.
I rolled an 8.
An 8? Okay, Kallias.
That would be a 22.
22. Alright, Reuniting.
That
Say it. Say it.
Come on.
would be a crit fail.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
King
And
of
so it
natural
goes.
20 gets a
Wow.
So it goes.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Wow. Wait.
Lilith,
22.
22. All right.
Yeah.
And Leonidas.
I got a 6,
Uh,
but I feel kind of okay. Well, no, that was
Okay, I'm gonna say, Ryujin, you take off your cowboy hat that you own now, and you put it on your chest, but you just start fucking snickering because you think it's so funny what you're doing.
We'll deal with trauma differently.
This is literally that scene from Joseph. Because you're the brother in the back who's just like fucking hates that
Literally.
guy. For those in the chat,
Got
this is
sucked
a
anyway.
musical theater
It's a
coat
musical
of Joseph
theater.
in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. If you know it, you know.
And if you haven't seen the Donny Osmond version,
Watch it. It's so good.
anyway.
It's a good
Ember,
time.
just tell her what happened.
Cora,
Oh.
we were not able to save her.
Oh.
We needed something that we did not have.
Oh.
Okay.
And at the end of this proverbial rainbow, there was no pot of gold. There were no dancing halflings to tell us of our journey and our
We
riches.
lost him.
Let's see how she rolls.
We lost my pet. He's
Yes.
She looks at you credulously for a moment and says, "I'm sorry to hear that. It was quite a long journey for you, wasn't it?"
Yes.
Yes. It's been over a month since you have entered the staircase.
What the
Pause.
fuck
Wait,
did you
wait.
just say?
Run
no.
that back. You
Wait.
said what?
What the
Dude, all of us
absolute
just drop what we're doing and
fuck?
say,
Stop.
You were
just
just
we
drop
just
out of
stop.
character.
We just stop.
What?
Wait, what?
I
This
said
was no longer playing.
you all have been gone for over a month. And that's where I'm gonna end today's session.
Ooh,
that
and he's
shit's
a
cruel.
fucking liar.
That shit is
Um,
cruel of
What?
you to have done.
Wait, what? How? What? Wow.
Alright, I'm just gonna put in my notes because that's gonna be now session 14. Excellent job, guys! Look at
Yeah,
that!
excellent job.
A month?
A month. What were we gone? Like fucking
We were
16
gone-
hours?
No, we were on 8 days.
Does
was-
not compute.
3
Because
days
it was
there,
3 days down and 5 days back. So it would have been 8 days.
9 days, yeah.
About 10 days.
Cool. So time
take.
multiplied by fucking 4! Pretty
Yeah.
much down there.
So did we travel through the Feywild?
Or is it the
what's
spiral?
going down?
Is it the well that does that?
Bruh, that shit is not it.
Was it
That
was
is
it the
not
blast that gave us the long rest?
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe
Question
it was
we'll
the
have to
portal.
answer later.
What if we were laying there for that long?
Holy.
Holy shit.
You
Our
guys
long rest
were
was
pretty
really a month.
hungry.
We were laying there for weeks?
Are you kidding me?
I'm not gonna say anything else. Hey everybody, thank you so much for hanging with us all today. We have a whole lot of cool stuff in the pipeline for you, and we cannot wait to hear everything that you guys have thought about today's session, the new things that we're implementing. Also, come join our Discord, come talk to us if you have cool ideas, or even if you are a streamer and you want to give us some advice, because we are still relatively new. We want to hear from you. We want to grow. We just want to be a community and build this. And a lot of you have done that already. Also, those of you listening, please also send us a message. We'd love to hear that. And We love you all so much for hanging out with us, and oh my God, we will see you next week to figure out
See you
what
on
the
the
hell
inside.
has just happened. I love you all.
Oh,
Have a
go ahead,
wonderful
Hannah.
evening.
We are going to raid Hops and Dragons.
Oh yes, Hops and Dragons.
They're a
shit, good
lovely
shit.
stream where they talk about beer and Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, which I'm having myself a nice IPA at the moment.
So
to
let's go
join
show them some
Finished
love.
my shandy.
Yep, give them some love. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We love you guys. We'll talk to y'all later. Come join our Discord. Come hang out. And until then, we
See you
love
next
you.
time.
Bailey loves you. Oh, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Mwah, mwah.